literally the very first notch.
Okay. We'll figure out it. Good God, I picked the terrible time of the week to go live. My Monday face is never on point. I don't record videos till Wednesday.
Right? I'm like, oh shit, why?
Yeah.
A Monday night? Are you kidding me?
I
I've been
know,
up all day. I was down here in front of my computer and everything, but I was in pajamas. I was like, nah, I gotta go put a bra on and put non-pajama, holy stained up shirt on.
I thought about putting bra on.
And then my cat is like over here knocking everything over.
Well, I was supposed to go live an hour ago, but my children got hammocks. My children got hammocks, and so they convinced me that I needed to go outside, have a beer with them. Not beer with them, have a beer and sit in one of their hammocks. And the next thing you know, we got bombarded with mosquitoes. Can you hear me? Because I can't hear myself.
I hear you loud and clear.
Really? This is so stupid.
Yep, I wish I could... you're like loud. Go to your Google, like, isn't there like a little settings up there? Maybe you can like play around with the volume and stuff. I don't know.
Well, this is the first
time I don't do this stuff. I can't go
Gmail
live on my channel.
That's so bad. Why?
Because my internet's so bad. It won't even like I went live that one time on my thing and it took me forever to get YouTube to let me go live. Like it will just be a circle turning because my internet's so bad. Yeah. Why? Like it'll just sit there and spin the little circle saying waiting forever.
And it took an hour?
I actually have to like,
For how long did it do?
Yeah, for like an hour, I was trying to get it to go live. And finally, what I did is I loaded up my prepaid hotspot and connected it to my computer and tethered it and ran off that just to be able to go live.
Damn, son. Hold on one second. I'm trying to see if DJLSB thinks it's good fun.
I was in Zoom with him. He just went
up the radio
AFK show to go do recording.
Oh, okay. Huh? Well, because I listened to the radio program.
Yeah, he was.
And it sucked.
Yeah, he went back to
some fucking Christian fundamentalist black redneck dude. Why has he got to be black? Thesis? Because he fucking was. It's just a fact of the story, okay? You ain't got to talk shit. I'm just saying. Fundamentalist Christian black dude from Kentucky came up, started spouting this shit. Like,
we're live. Did you know we're live?
Are we live?
Do you know we're live, Thesis? Yeah, we're live. Yeah, like everybody watching us.
Well, it's just true story. I knew we were live. I'm the one that clicked the live button. Of course I know we were live. This is the one show I can control.
I was just making sure.
Like, well, I'm just saying this. I'm sitting in the parking lot. I'm listening to DJLSB and I'm listening to Jay Hayes getting me all hyped up and psyched. I'm like, yeah, this motherfucker, you tell him, Jay. And I was sitting there just getting angry and excited for life. That motherfucker gets me motivated, son. He's like I want to fucking hear me and man, that motherfucker has no idea. So listening to these motherfuckers, and all of a sudden this Christian fundamentalist black dude from Kentucky, mind you, I'm in Minnesota, he comes up spouting this shit, and it's just like, woo, you need Jesus, motherfucker. I was like, I run off of after he gets done yelling at me, he's like, you a Christian? Are you a Christian? I'm like, I'm sure, man, I'm whatever you want, as long as you leave my fucking car alone, you know what I'm saying? And I had the window rolled down, and he looks super professional. He's like, well, okay, now that I know that, I have these books to sell. I'm like, fuck. You couldn't just open with that. You had to walk up being like, you need Jesus, otherwise you're going to hell, eternal damnation. And I'm like, fucking A, bro, I'm listening to a podcast. Give me a second, would you? P.S. If the dude was Italian, if the dude was Mexican or white, I would have added that to the story. Okay? So it's nothing to do with the color of skin. It's just a weird combination. Kentucky, redneck, black dude, Christian fundamentalist in a super professional attire selling cookbooks that are Christian-based. True story.
Says, hey, fuckface, say hi to the chat.
I don't know how to do the chat. Josh and Mandy aren't here. Oh, God. I can barely.
You really don't know how?
Listen.
Oh my gosh.
I have the multitasking ability of a I couldn't tell you, of a nail. I have one purpose, and I can do that one thing really well, one at a time. Okay. Oh, there's Josh. Putting Thessalonians on my dead rabbit. Yes. Oh, speaking of which, okay, good shit, Joshua. So on Thesis on my Patreon page on the patreon.com/ThesisHimself, the pile just got that much bigger. We just added 4 motherfucking mods. 4 mods, 4 more tanks as of today. We just added another $400 to a $1,500 giveaway right behind me. That entire desk is going to the Patreons.
Nice.
Yes. So huge shout out to LMC. They're the ones sponsoring this giveaway as a whole. All the other ones are just my own personal. Lisa, what's good? My own personal collection of me just saving up every time a company sends out extras. I'm like, all right, I'll put that in the Patreon giveaway. And LMC shot me $200 and shot me 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 products, 12 products for me to review and all to go to the Patreon page. So those motherfuckers, huge shout out to them. I did not realize they were fans of the channel. I was like, fuck yeah. USV, same shit. They're fucking, they hooked me up with the Mach 1 and that Mach 1's going right to the Patreon page. That's so phenomenal. Here, cheers in my giant coffee mug. Water, I love it.
Here, I got holy, that's the canister. You're using the coffee canister. I was going to say I have a giant coffee mug, but I think yours trumps mine. You're using the coffee canister.
Yes. It's because you have no idea how much water I drink. I'm the water king. Tom Segura thinks he's the water drinking champion. Motherfucker, I am. What are you vaping on, Kimmy?
Oh gosh, I've got actually a ton of stuff in front of me. I've got the original Drop RDA on top of the Polar by Vaporesso. I've got the original Dead Rabbit on top of the Paranormal. And I've got the Drop Dead on top of the Minikin. And that's why I have the other 2 going, is because I'm comparing all of them. I've been running different builds in them. And then I also have the Drop Solo on top of the Rage Squonk. So I got 4 mods right, like going up, like switching them. And then I've also got the why did it just blank out? The recurve on top of the Basium Squonk mod. And then here's my little mouth to lung setup I've got. I got the original Serpent Mini on top of the WYE 85 watt.
I just dribbled all down my chest because of the YE 85. How do you like that Paranormal? Back to that shit real quick.
It's the Lost Vape Paranormal. It's the 250C. I love replay mode.
Okay.
Like it takes all the hassle out of temp control with temp control. Like you're basically in temp control. So I really love replay mode for that. I think Evolve did a great job on that. The Paranormal itself from Lost Vape, I've been having some troubles with the chips, sometimes going to sleep and not always wanting to wake up with the clicking. Like I'll click the fire button 10 times and the screen will be blank. And then like the 11th time, it'll finally click in. And then you got to do 5 clicks to go into vaping it. So that's been a problem with it. But yeah, it's just like the other Paranormal, you know, it is what it is. It's beautiful mod.
Real quick, if you're watching this, we need the likes. Damn girl, why you don't like Bad TV? Wait, Bad V, Bad of. Why you like Ray? You need to tell everybody in this motherfucking chat. Beauty and the Vape, what's going on? Christy Moody, Lisa Olin, Nobody Vada que pasó the way. Stan, Joshua Silent Deer, he's the head ninja in charge. Let's see, Never NYC, that's my boy. Ern's dog, that's my boy too. Kimmy Vapes, want to give you a huge shout out for being on the channel. Much love, much appreciation. I want you to go ahead and shout out your channel right now.
Kimmy Vapes on YouTube. There you go.
What about Instagram?
There's no shout out my channel. Kimmy_Vapes. Facebook, Kimmy Vapes. Twitter, Kimmy Vapes. Kimmy Vapes everywhere.
That girl on everything. So that's enough about vaping. Now let's talk Georgia. So look, I was looking at land in Georgia. Me and Kimmy were having this conversation not that long ago.
Oh God.
And it's something. I mean, Georgia. There was no reason for me to look in Georgia. I wasn't.
Oh wait, before you go into that, I want to show. Wait. pause. Before you go into that, I want to give Thesis a big shout out because he sat in Skype with me for like an hour and a half and gave me a ton of tips on how to improve my audio and actually like told me how to make a bass trap for cheap on the down low, and that has made huge improvements to the quality of my audio and my reviews.
Awesome.
So shout out to you. Thank you for that.
Absolutely welcome. Much love and much appreciation. So bass traps in Georgia. So if anything you don't want to give out publicly, don't say, but whereabouts in Georgia do you live? I know you live in the midst of absolute nowhere. Correct.
Nowhere. So I'm actually really close to Atlanta, but in the middle of nowhere. So I'm 45 minutes east of Atlanta. Anybody that looks on a map will know where that is. All they got to do is just look. Not going to say the name of the town that I live in. But yeah, 45 minutes east of Atlanta, in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Like so bad that, I mean, they're saying it in chat. My internet is in and out. My feed stops and I freeze and stuff like that. I probably robot a little bit. Don't have internet for shit. Ain't nothing around me.
I've been on the real quick shout out to Wyoko, my boy from Green the Blacksmith. This motherfucker's when you say you live in the middle of nowhere, Kimmy, I picture Wyoko's house. Okay, so he lives in South Dakota, right where we took our friend. Well, we took our kids to Crazy Horse Monument and all that stuff, and we drove for an hour and 40 minutes and didn't see one house. And the speed limit was 80 miles an hour. So when I think of you and I think of South Dakota, it's got to be pretty similar, aside from Georgia's a lot hotter. Because here in the Midwest, especially here in Canada, I mean, Minnesota, same thing. Negative 36 degrees is not out of uncommon. But does Georgia? You said Georgia snows sometimes, right?
Yeah, like we get the freak snowstorm every couple years when it gets, it just takes all, because it's all about weather systems. Usually where I'm at in Georgia, like if you go north Georgia, they get snow every year. They do. If you live in North Georgia, you're going to see some snow every year if you live up in the mountains. So where I live, though, what happens is the way the weather system comes down, when it hits the mountains, it usually pushes it east.
Okay.
Or it pushes it out to the Midwest. So we don't get snow. We'll get cold temperatures, but we don't get snow.
At my dad's house in Texas,
we kind of have that mountain thing going on.
Yeah, and the mountains is strange too, because a place in South Dakota, I forget which town it is, if it's Rapid City or what it is, right there in the mountains. It's bizarre because dead of winter in Minnesota, where I'm at, it'll be, and this is, again, no exaggeration, this isn't me bullshitting, it'll be negative 25 degrees Fahrenheit. And it'll be around the same temperature in South Dakota. But in this area of where the city's at in South Dakota, it'll be 64 degrees. And that's not, again, not an exaggeration. It's somehow with whatever the fuck is going on with those mountains. And then the next day, it'll be back down to like 25 degrees. How that's possible, I don't know. Maybe that dude trying to talk to me about Jesus will be able to explain some of those situations, but it's crazy. That's all I can think about. I was so annoyed. I pulled out my fucking credit card. I was like, look, I don't watch the cookbook. I'm trying to go on a carnivorous diet. All of these cookbooks involve vegetables. Can I just give you a donation? And he said, yes, it's on his radio. The moment he said it's on my radio, I was like, this dude isn't right in the mind. And he went to pull it out and he said, oh, shoot, I left it in my van. The moment he said van is the moment I started the vehicle. I shut the window and I proceeded to drive to a different parking lot. Less than 5 minutes later, he came up and was like, hey, what's going on, man? I'm like, hey, what's up? He was like, oh, shit, it's the same dude. I'm like, it's the same dude. It's bye-bye. God, it was so awkward, Kimmy. Sorry, I just had to go back to that again. So with this whole Georgia thing, I was looking at it, and the land is so fucking cheap that I can't help myself but keep going back to this swath of land, whatever it's called, where it's something like $30,000 for like 40 acres, and it's got a running creek. The thing is, though, is I don't necessarily know if you're able to build on it because I know part of it is on federal land or state parkland, or I couldn't tell you, but it's if I know for a fact I can build on it, I would love to put a dirt bike track and shoot guns and vape naked. If I can do those three things and build a house, I'll be a happy camper. What happened to Kimmy? Oh shit.
Am I here? Yeah,
Oh,
you can you hear me?
Yep, now I can.
Am I here?
Yep.
Am I there?
You're there.
Did I lose internet? Yeah. Okay, cool. My kids are home on summer break, so you know how it is. Like they're all on the internet, so I'm fighting for internet right now. Yeah, like land a lot of times is cheap because of it's uncultivated land, like 40 acres. It could be all, which means your actual expense when you calculate into having to clear those trees, having to run water lines, having to run electricity and all of that. And that's why it's so cheap. Or it could be, like you said, it could be land that is zoned where you're not allowed to build.
Which is the
so you have to look into those things. But yeah, typically when you get to out of, because like where I live, the reason why I say I live in the middle is because we're surrounded 60 degrees by federal protected forest.
Oh, dope.
Nobody can build around us. So even though we're only 45 minutes from Atlanta, it feels like the middle of nowhere because nobody can build around us. So we'll always be surrounded by forest unless the government says, let's go ahead and sell this property off, which they might do one day.
That sucks. See, so what I want is I literally want to be able to climb trees and jump from tree to tree, buck naked with a mod being held by my armpit. You feel me?
Come on over. Come on over. Bring Mandy, bring the kids. I've got 200 acres of trees. You can be butt naked in the woods all day. Nobody will even know it.
If I can ride dirt bikes butt naked,
do whatever you want.
Good God, that is heaven on earth, buddy. Listen, let me tell you something. We'll get real close to this.
We've got a dirt bike trail in the woods. We got a whole path all the way around our property. Dirt bike, butt naked, vape all you want. Come on down.
Naked is the only way to go. Labworks, except for Labworks lives down in Australia. Hold on, huge shout out to Manda 515.
I don't know about naked on a dirt bike though.
Oh, I've done it.
I would not be naked on a dirt bike.
I tell you, it's just fine. It's just fine. Here's the part where it gets real sketch.
Stuff sticking to seats, and
so that's where I was gonna get at. As long as you're rocking a motocross bike, no, see, because I ride dirt bikes and whatnot, but I don't fuck with mud. Because I'm a priss like that, and I don't like to get the bike all dirty. I mean, I get the irony. It's a dirt bike, and I ride it on tracks and trails, but not mud.
Oh, I like getting dirty.
No,
I like getting dirty.
Oh, me too. On a stupid 4-wheeler, but not a fucking not my beautiful KTM. That's my baby. I built that shit with my bare hands. I'm on the middle of making I want to put a supercharger on the kids' chopper. I've got 3 4-wheelers. Mini chopper, scooter, and my dirt bike, and then I'm trying to fucking figure out ways how to get more. And I've got a go-kart I'm building for the boys that they don't know about yet. I just picked up the motor for that. I'm excited. The thing is, though, is that we only live on like an acre and a half here. I grew up on 6 acres of woods. We had our own creek. I had my own dirt bike track. Me and my brother would whap, 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 whap. And that's where I fucking learned that you could totally ride naked. You know what I mean? You can fucking just do it. You can just do what you want. There's nobody around. You start, of course, you got to wear dirt bike boots and the helmet. You got to stay protected. You feel me? But you got to let that eggplant flap in the wind, like Never NYC said. Labwork said you got mud in your butt. That's kind of true shit. Who else is in here that I didn't notice? Never NYC, Ray Lopez, of course. That's my boy. Where's Black China? Black China was just in here. Chris Hicks, Full Savage, that's my Ninja Kitty. Let's see. Kimmy Vapes, how long have you been? When did you put up your vape channel? When did you start with your? If you have not liked this motherfucking feed, you need to like it right now. Okay. Okay. Sorry.
9 months ago is when I started doing vape reviews.
Holy shit!
It was the first time I put content. 9 months ago.
Blew the fuck up fast.
Yeah, it's going good. Like
Super
every
fast.
day, new people coming along, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. It's been great. It's been awesome.
That's congratulations. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I put a lot of work into it. I mean, well, you know, we talked in Skype like how much money. I mean, I bought camera equipment, I bought audio equipment, computers solely for this. Like this laptop, brand new, bought it just for this. Like monitors, I got external monitors, all of that lighting. Like I'm one of those people that when I go full out.
Oh, me too.
I want to like go full on, and I'm a perfectionist. No way is like I look at my videos, I know they ain't crap compared to a lot of people.
Same way.
Like
when I first found out about sex, I was like, you know what? This thing is amazing. I'm gonna go full on out. I'm gonna be perfectionist. I'm gonna do this shit nonstop. You know what I'm saying? I want to experience everything. I don't want there not to be. I want to open up all these doors. Or some doors I don't want.
Yeah, I get it.
Me, but you know what I'm saying? It's just weird stuff. Same shit, man. Same shit. When I go full hog, I go full fucking hog. When I fucking started making videos, though,
I will tell you, if you into freaky stuff, Georgia is the place to be for freaky. I mean, I could take you to some dungeons and some BDSM places, and just
that's something
I've never been
comfortable with that stuff because I've told this story before. I had a good friend who, unfortunately, we had a falling out, but that's besides the point. I had a good friend whose very short-term girlfriend, after a month or two, he found out that she was into some pretty fucked up role play. And I don't want to say the R word, but her fantasies were like R word role play.
Oh.
And I told him, like, look, I'm like, listen here, buddy. You don't know how far her fantasy goes. Because her fantasy might even go to the point where it becomes a legal problem. You know what I'm saying? So BDSM, pain, choking, all that shit scares the fuck out of me. Not because I'm scared I'd be interested. I don't know if I am or not. I don't think I am. But to tell you the truth, I'm almost positive I'm not. If you ever get kicked in the balls, you would understand. There's nothing about pain.
I think there's to BDSM. Like a little flogging, I bet you would like. It's got to be done right. Like,
no, because I would show up and I would giggle, and they're all in costumes. I'm like,
you would. I giggle. I laugh my ass off at it. I have fun. Like, nah, it's not everybody's cup of tea.
Fuck that. It better be a big cup of coffee. I would entertainingly, I could entertain the idea of being entertained by it, but I don't think I could be entertained by it. You feel me? Like I'd be like, hey, I'll watch this. This is hilarious.
Yeah.
And I could do some funny commentary in the background, but I don't think I can get a chubby. Matter of fact, from the shit that I've seen, there's dudes that don't want a chubby specifically. They want to put a chastity thing around their wang. And I'm like, hey,
it gets crazy. But it's so fun to watch. Like,
I don't know.
I don't mean because I know where the BDSM places are that I'm like into all that BDSM, but I am into like watching.
No judgment.
Like it's entertainment. It really is. There's a lot of entertainment.
There is. Speaking of entertainment, do you watch what channel? What show is it on Netflix? Zumbo's Just Desserts from New Zealand or Australia? I think it's New Zealand. Do you have Netflix? Do you watch Netflix?
No.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you my password. Or is it because you physically can't? Because
I have Netflix.
Oh, okay. So watch
No, I
Zumbo's
have Netflix. Yeah.
Zumbo's Just Desserts. Me and Mandy made fun. We watched it because we were making fun of it. 6 minutes into the fucking program, we couldn't stop watching it. And there's this chick on there who I never wish violence on a woman ever. But I'll tell you what, if the other woman were to just give her a little love tap, the way she says, you ever hear a word that bothers you to the point where you're like, I can't hear this person say that word anymore?
Yeah.
Okay, so she says the word now like that. It's her word for now. And it's one of the most bizarre things on the planet. But come to find out, I started doing some Googling. It turns out that she's a fucking dom on the side. Speaking of BDSM type status. So her whole shtick of her being this adorable, like princess looking chef turns out to be a facade for her domism. I don't know what the word would be. Her dominatrixism. Nate 38. I am not shy. I'm not shy. I just don't want I can't say that. I'm trying to be super cool, calm, collected, and professional. No, Josh, you can't dip. I'm not allowing you to dip.
Why is it fixed on me?
Why is
the camera fixed on me?
Oh,
I don't know. Somebody said camera's fixed on me. So like, don't pin me.
Oh, I'm
You're
sorry.
Talking too. That's weird.
I did not mean to pin you.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry you had to look at my shitty feet.
Your feet?
Feed. Sorry,
feed.
did I misspeak? I said feed.
Oh no, you didn't misspeak. I
like
just misheard.
video.
Wow, could just said Thesis is just hiding his raging heart on thinking about all this stuff. That's not true. That's not true at all. I'm into regular old fashioned, just regular blowjobs and I don't know, outdoor sex.
Old school boy. Huh? I wouldn't take you for that when the other night when I was watching you and you said you had like what 34, 36 piercings below
32.
the belt.
32,
I wouldn't take you for like the old school, just plain vanilla type of guy.
I'm absolutely not, but I'm trying to be super good because it's YouTube.
Wait, you're friends, like you really? Come on, guys, tell me what who is Thesis?
Oh, come shut.
Don't let him fool me.
I'm not fool. You fooling? That reminds me of Fried Green and Mayonnaise. It's like, you fooling? I'm not fooling. You watch Fried Green and Mayonnaise, it reminds you of you completely. P.S. Shout out to my newest sponsor, Modelo Especial. They love the channel. They sent out 6 cases. Much appreciated. P.S. That's a lie. That did not happen. However,
I was gonna say what?
Wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. Excuse me. Stan, I don't want you to say shit. There are not too many stories. You shut your mouth. He's known me since high school.
Oh, Stan.
Whoa, Randall, your wife keeps trying to get you to do anal and you won't do it? We gotta have a sit down and talk, brother. Hold on. I don't know if this, I'm trying so hard to make this.
What kind of thing did I get into tonight?
I was gonna say, I
thought this was vape.
No, vaping is great. We all love vaping, but we all have vape channels. That's the last thing we want to talk about at the end of the day. Look. So if we get,
that's true. That is true. It is kind of refreshing.
It is. If we get 26 likes. Oh fuck! This is a bad one. I got Scorpion, Maruga, and Maruga Satan hot sauce, and I just made some Pekin Carolina Reaper hot sauce.
Oh, are you gonna be drinking that?
That's why I've got my coffee mug. I'm trying to line my stomach to make sure it doesn't, get super fucked up.
Oh.
Me and Mandy and I went out. Mandy and I and Rocky, my youngest, went out to a super good Italian place. And before we went though, I was starving. And I ended up, so this was full right there. It was full. And this is, I drank, which you can see. And then I made my Carolina Reaper sauce and I hit that shit with Doritos, the Blaze ones. And I tell
What's
you what,
Nev talking about?
what did he say?
Saying he gave you a show topic on Patreon. Just saying.
Let me see. Oh no, because his show. No, the show topic. No, I can't. We can't talk about that, Nev. Let me see. I'm gonna read what he said because what he said too is too complicated. What I said in the video today was hilarious. Oh shit, we got a new patron. Much love, much appreciation. We are at $348. Thank you guys. Much love, much appreciation. That shit goes out each and every one of you guys. That all that money goes to my kids. That shit plays for their soccer. They're able to play soccer now. That shit goes to their fucking RCC, which is like community center type status. So I cannot say thank you guys enough. Also, if you're not a part of the Patreon page and you want to be and you want giveaway status, if you guys go to the Patreon page, I made sure to post a couple of public posts so you guys can see the $1,500 giveaway. And today it just got added. I actually misspoke earlier and said 400. If you include all the 12 products and I'm giving away 8 of them, it's actually only 2 or 250, but either way, it's getting close to a $2,000 giveaway. I've got so far we've got 10 mods, 6 tanks, we've got 15 RDAs, 3 bottles of or 6 bottles of e-liquid, build mats, we've got 8 t-shirts, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or excuse me, no, 12 cans of coils, and we've got 4 RDA stands. So that is an insane amount of fucking product to give away on the Patreon page. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see what Nev was talking about. Nev, so the question I had asked earlier was, I need you guys to message me or comment below some personal problems, relationship, life, video games, literally any fucking problem that I can quote unquote talk about on camera and quote unquote fix in a wise ass kind of way. So today I recorded a couple of like solutions to their problems. Some of the problems were, this is my favorite ones, my 2 favorite ones in the whole chat was my boy Bobby from the Bob Squad. Robert Borman says, I have a terrible itch in my asshole. And a few comments later, Lisa, Tia Vapes' aunt, says, dealing with an asshole doctor. And in the video, I made it very clear that I didn't understand whether or not she meant like an asshole doctor or an asshole doctor. And I told her, she needs to give my boy Bobby the number to her asshole doctor about that terrible itch. It's simple as that. It's that simple. So those two comments specifically fucking murdered it. P.S. guys,
that's hilarious.
Is it not? Because it just couldn't have been better. It could not have been better. Christy Moody says, I'm always sick. You know what? You also need to see the asshole doctor. Good God. Oh, Shannon Smith, I have a question, Queenie. Pineapple on pizza or not? Or does it depend?
It depends, because like I totally like pineapple and ham pizza with a little bit of hot sauce. That's bomb. But like you want to throw pineapple on like a sausage pizza? No. It just doesn't mesh well.
And I can respect that. Me, myself personally, used to be an anti-pineapple-y pizza person. And now it is to the point where I fucking adore pineapple on motherfucking pizza. I also adore sauerkraut on pizza. I also adore chicken, hot sauce. As long as it's not red sauce, I don't like. Get the fuck red sauce off my fucking pizza. Bitch, I don't want your period blood anywhere near that shit. I just want white sauce or like real pizza where there's no sauce. That's just my preference. I understand that there are good red sauces out there. I get it. I'm a part of it. I love a good red sauce, but it's very few far and in between. But if there's red sauce, don't you fucking dare put pineapple on it. If it's white sauce, you can jizz pineapple all over it if you want. That's fine. Simple.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that because like the pizza when I mean, I don't eat like pineapple and ham pizza too often, but I've had it both ways, without red sauce and with red sauce, and I definitely prefer it without the red sauce. Definitely.
Me too. And again, it depends. If it's a newer, older school pizza joint, that's good and the red sauce is decent, I'm gonna sneeze. God bless me. That's fine. But if you, I love real pizza, like real, like Italian from Italy type status in a fucking wood fire grill with cracker thin crust is what I prefer. However, I'm not going to bullshit you guys. I'm not a pizza snob. I love Domino's. I fucking love
Right?
Domino's. Domino's is my shit. And my Mandy hates it. And I'll tell you what, there are some days where I want to bite her fucking elbow off. You know what I'm saying? We need Domino's. Josh Vapes thinks New York pizza is the best. You know what? Thank you, Josh, for saying bless you. So, you know what? For that, I'm going to go ahead and say you're wrong. New Jersey pizza is better.
Yep, exactly, Christine. Real Italian pizza does not have pizza sauce.
Exactly. And that's why I like real Italian pizza. It's olive oil, a little bit of mozzarella, fucking throw some little bit of oregano, and then some real
it's real mozzarella,
sausage.
like globs of mozzarella, and
yes, Chicago pizza. Actually, the first time I ever had real, quote unquote, real pizza was in Chicago. Boston. I didn't know Boston was known for the pizza at all. What's up, Shane? Okay, so Shane Smith, that is my boy. Shane, much love to you. I'm giving you hearts, much appreciation. If you have not done so, Shane, go ahead and like the feed before you take off. P.S. I'm giving a huge shout out to DJLSB because he Daniel was gonna actually come on live, and I was like, you know what, bro, don't worry about it. We'll schedule something. You were on the podcast. Yeah, he just texted me back. All right, send the link. I will jump on for. Oh shit, he's gonna come on. Cute. All right, so he doesn't have to. I don't. Hold on. What the fuck is his email? What's your email again? He doesn't have to do this. I kind of cornered him and Kimmy. Literally, the first two people I thought of. Like,
yeah, you literally cornered me 15 minutes before. I'm like, wow, a little bit of a heads up would have been nice, but yeah. Well, yeah, I come chill with you.
It's all my boy Ray's fault. Black China knows too. Black China says, fucking wind. Black China hits me. Wait, it's windy and lightning. And hold on, we've been down this road with pizza. New York pizzas is the only pizza. Period. End of sentence. That's because you don't live in Minnesota and Georgia, bro, where we have pizza droughts, bro. Like, look, our pizza here is dominant. We have good pizza. Don't get me wrong. We have good Savoys, red Savoys. Let me see. Hold on. Oops. Hold on. I want you to talk. Can you go ahead and talk?
They're complaining my quality is bad, so I'm sorry, Noah. Yes, my quality is terrible. I have crappy internet, bitch, and didn't want to pay $50 tonight to come live.
Okay, so hold on. DJ just I'm gonna send him a okay. DJ blank. Oh, this fucking dude's all fancy with his fucking stupid fancy email. Hold on a second. This motherfucker. Yeah, Georgia's got some decent pizza. DJLSB at blankety blank. Blankety blank at blankety blank. Yeah, so why won't it let me fucking do it? DJLS.
Josh, no, unfortunately, I can't because of where I live. Like Verizon, it's hard. Like nobody gets the concept of how bad my internet is, and the fact that I'm in a monopoly area where there is literally only one internet provider that provides internet, and they only provide DSL internet because it has to go through the phone lines. So I get 1 megabyte. 1 megabyte. That's all I get. And my ping is over 700 milliseconds. So not only do I have a really bad delay, but you know, it's just really poor quality internet. Like $50, I can prepay my hotspot through Verizon, and that gets me 5 gigabytes of data for $50. And then I can get a little bit better quality, but that's only 3 megabytes per second upload with my hotspot. So it's still not good internet, but it's a little more stable.
I had better internet when I was 9. That's crazy. So yeah, Minnesota's
Yeah.
got we have good pizza. We have good Red Savoys. We have Pizza Luce. I know Atlanta's got some good ones. Antico and Max's Coal Oven. Good pizza. But me and Kimmy are also very well aware that, you know, if you go to where pizzas are more originated to, Chicago, Jersey, motherfucking New York, it's gonna be you know, fucking better, but it's really not. So let me go ahead and explain this to you. In Minnesota, we have one of the most melting pot cities in the United States. We have the highest population of Hmong people outside of Laos. We have the highest population of Somalians outside of fucking Somalia. We have an insanely huge Mexican culture, insanely huge Native American culture, insanely huge, Vietnamese presence on the east side. It's a melting pot of people. And then Atlanta in general, Georgia in general, is a fucking extremely transient city in terms of cultures that are melding together. And it's just like a lot of metropolitan areas, but the difference is, like, you can't say that about every city. You look at, like, I don't know, Jacksonville, Florida. That is not a transient or culturally rich city. Look at fucking Baltimore. It's not a transient city. It's a melting pot, but in a completely different way. You know what I'm saying? Where,
Mm-hmm.
and if you look at what other cities have I been to that's like that, but not? Seattle's a wannabe Minneapolis. Portland, Oregon is like if Minneapolis was on SSRI depression drugs. That's kind of what Portland's like. Atlanta's a much better version of somewhere like Birmingham. Birmingham is basically, if you ever went to Houston, but then swapped the population of Latinos with, like, Klansmen, that's a good example. Nashville, believe it or not, is a pretty good melting pot, and Nashville's got a pretty good
Yeah. Anywhere I found, anywhere where you have, like, music or movie industries really big. So, like, Nashville obviously is like the country music of the world, and then Atlanta is, you know, the rap and hip hop, as well as a lot of movies and TV shows are produced in Georgia. That, yeah, you find, like, a really good diverse melting pot of transients, like, from all over, because people come because, you know, whether it be to come and try and be famous, or just because of the jobs. Like Atlanta, that's what brought me to Georgia, was work, because Atlanta's popping for work, but it sucks to live in Atlanta. Nobody wants to live in Atlanta, but everybody wants to work.
Are you doing this for a living?
Believe it or not, I actually worked in construction.
Really?
I was project manager for a construction company. Yes. My daddy, and it was all self-taught construction. I'm not formally, you know, actually my formal schooling is in the medical field, in dental. But my daddy did construction and everything. So I ended up hooking into a construction company that was looking to expand into Georgia, and Atlanta is really big, mind you. This was, 9-10 years ago. So they were picking up a lot of offers from Atlanta area, and they needed a project manager. So that's how I ended up in Georgia, was moving down here for a construction company and being a project manager.
That's pretty badass. It's so rare you hear a female be a part of a construction crew. Not like
yeah, I wasn't like, now as far as like, yeah, I can do some construction, but I'm also a small girl. I'm not, but I can hammer nails. And I know my way around. I know the terminology, and I know my way around a construction site, and I work with people. That, I mean, as a project manager, that's mainly what I was in charge of, is working with the people, connecting the dots to get it to happen. Like, managing the crew that was on site doing the demo and things like that, as well as the paperwork side of it, of that project. So that's what I was doing.
That's crazy. And where did you move from? Indiana, correct?
Yep, I moved from Indiana.
From where was it in Indiana?
Fort Wayne.
Where's that at geographically?
It's an hour south of Indianapolis. So it's literally like Fort Wayne is very close with the Ohio border of Columbus, Ohio. So it's kind of like they call it the sister city to Indianapolis. It's smaller than Indianapolis, but is very populated.
Right.
So it's like the smaller city to Indianapolis, Indiana. And that's where I was born. And I lived in and out there because I also lived in Kentucky for a period of my childhood. I lived on a farm, horses, cows, pigs, all of that stuff, chickens. I lived in Kentucky from 7 till I was 16. So almost 10 years. I lived on a farm in Kentucky.
Farm in Kentucky. It's not that it's bizarre. Yep. It's just bizarre. It's a little bit bizarre. Because I'm trying to think of
I'm a farm girl.
Of how country is Kimmy Vapes.
There's some country there. I ain't gonna lie. There's some country there. No cousin kissing incest. There's hardworking farmhand girl Kimmy.
That's crazy.
Riding horses, all that stuff.
That's crazy. Now, so I would consider myself country. I would also consider myself red Mexican, but it's a totally different country because the whole state of Minnesota, including like, you know, where I'm from and shit is, well, no, where I'm from is a little bit different, but most of Minnesota is very, it's pretty liberal. It's pretty, but not liberal like in a bad way, like liberal as in, you know, just nice motherfucking people who are dope, and people who accept you can be in the midst of nowhere, and generally speaking, you're not going to get ostracized for your beliefs or who you are. When I think of Kentucky, I think of like, you know what I'm saying?
Where I lived in Kentucky, yeah, no, there was. My parents went to a Baptist church, but a lot of my parents' relatives that lived there went to a Pentecostal church. But yeah, I lived in the Bible Belt, very, very country, very, very country. It was it was hard, like adjustment to that coming from Fort Wayne, which isn't really, it's not like really, it's not a melting pot, I don't feel. But it is heavily mixed in races to going to a all white, very Southern, very Christian, very like, it was totally different. Like it was so different from where I was born and lived the first 7 years of my life.
That's so bizarre. Now I'm trying to think because I watch your channel and like putting two and two together is kind of a difficult thing. Looking at that, what did you do with horse? Did you ever break horses?
Yes, I trained, rode, everything. Yeah, we bred our own horses, trained horses, broke them. Yeah, I actually worked at a Cumberland Falls riding stables. I actually worked there for a while, breaking ponies and trail, taking people on trails, mucking stalls, grooming horses, all of that stuff. Seriously? I can shoe a horse. Yep.
No way. So you actually pound fucking nails into those bad bitches.
I'm sorry. She wants attention.
Is that a kitty? What's her name?
Get
Daniel, my ninja kitties.
Little puppy.
What's up, brother?
Ah, my ninja. Bro, I cannot believe I'm about to do this, but I have to leave you two to your own devices for like, I don't know, a minute or two. I have to run up. I have to give the dog his food. He's fucking crying at the door. And I have to grab a beer. Is that cool? You guys okay with that?
Yeah, I guess.
I promise you it's going to be quick. I'm sorry. It's going to be like 19, maybe 46 seconds. Okay?
Okay.
All right. I'll be back. You guys have to
start counting.
P.S. Be nice.
All right. So let's take over the show then. Welcome back, everybody. This is DJLSB Vapes Monday show. No, I'm kidding.
Don't keep going with it. What are you vaping on, Daniel?
Whoo. Well, let's see. I have a bunch of shit in front of me. Really, like I don't even remember what I was vaping on for like the last time. Well, I guess I was vaping on this one because I just filmed the review on this one, the Renova Zero. really nice pod system. If you like the what is it? How's it called? The Nexus, the Vaporesso Nexus, right? The thing with 3 different wattage settings, but also with temperature control to protect your coil when you're running out of liquid. The Zero is exactly the same thing, much smaller form factor, but with the same battery life, exactly the same battery life, without replaceable coil heads or adjustable airflow. So that's the thing that I was vaping on. And then I was just cleaning. That's why I have a bunch of shit in front of me. I was vaping this one. I was still vaping my Smoke Infinix, one of my favorite pod systems. And I was sticking around that way.
Yeah, I like that one.
Sticking around.
Yeah, I haven't tried the Stigs. They don't really interest me because they're disposable. So, like, for me, I can see where they would be really nice for, like, smokers looking to quit. But because they're disposable, they don't, they just don't interest me enough to go buy them. I mean, if I was sent them, I would review them.
Right. Which brings me another concern, which is the environment, right? If they are disposable. But if they are going to pull someone away from cigarettes, oh well.
Yeah.
Right.
Ray Lopez wants to know if you're going to go to ECC in August. He says he finally got Thesis to go to ECC.
Oh, really?
You're gonna be there? Cool.
That shit's going to be fun now. There you go. Yeah. I'm going. It's not confirmed yet. I know I will be at a booth for the most part, but it is not confirmed yet. I don't know if I'm going with EHI, whatever. Or another company, or just by myself. I don't know yet. But I know I'm going.
I'd like to go. Virginia isn't that far from me, but we'll see. I mean, finances. Got to figure out if I can scrape the money together to go.
Aren't you talking about ECC California?
No. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah, ECC is in California.
Is California.
Yeah, Ontario. Same exact place as the last one.
NVE is also in August in Virginia. Yeah.
Also in August.
Yeah, Jesus. I was going to try and get to the Virginia one in August. Yeah. There's no way I can afford to go clear out to California.
There's no way I can make both Virginia and California. It's too much. All right, let's see who's in chat. Oh, I recognize a lot of people. Oh, what's up, Beauty and Vape? Yeah, Thesis just left us alone, so we are taking over the show. Thank you. Any questions?
Hey, Josh. I had a question there. Let's see. Green to Blacksmith asks, would you consider the new vape pods a better way to get into vaping today than the old Ego mods that were available 4 to 5 years ago?
Yes. Yes, definitely. Especially because they are way less fiddly. When we compare pod systems these days, most of them, of course, there's a lot of crap out there still, but most of the more known ones, right? Most of the ones that we reviewers enjoy the most, or we review whatever, a lot of the pod system devices these days, some of them may perform more or less kind of the Ego style devices and the cardomizers that a lot of us vaped a few years ago, but they are a lot more reliable, a lot more versatile. And it is a really, really big improvement over all of those old devices.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. We turned your show back into a vape show.
No,
so
right.
What are you doing? What the fuck are you trying to do to my channel?
2 vape reviewers alone,
DJ, can I edit this video while it's being watched? Can I call this not vaping with thesis?
Not vaping with thesis. Okay. All right then. Let's talk about other shit then.
No, fuck that. I want to hold on.
Yeah,
so
he brought me in here and he started talking about crazy stuff.
Yes, that was as fast could be. Do you guys know what it's like? Okay, so I know Kimmy does. So we raise chickens, okay? So I've got all these chickens. I ran upstairs. I motherfucking had to went to the garage, grabbed dog food, grabbed chicken food, had to throw chicken food at the chicken's face. I was like, here, eat some fucking chicken food. And then P.S. Guys go and say something fucked up. my girl fed a piece of chicken to the chickens, and I didn't know
They'll
about
eat
it, and they fucking loved it.
They love chicken.
They left.
Chickens love eggs
was,
and chicken.
Oh yeah, eggs is one thing. That's different. They love eggshells too, but they like beef. But yesterday, I was eating for lunch. I had a piece of steak. It was a beautiful piece of steak. It was rare. It's rarer than the Hope Diamond. You feel me? Like, picture a cow that was still mooing, and excuse me, but on the outside was perfectly crisp. You know what I'm saying? And I fed the birds the leftovers. Excuse me, and they made this noise, the most dinosaur prehistoric, like, and they'd stop bucking. And they fucking fought each other over this bloody ass steak. Bro, I swear to God, listen, you ain't never seen anything more entertaining than this, bro. Like, I was watching chickens trying to murder chickens over a cow. You know how it was like Farm in the Hood, straight out of Farmton. It was insane. This one white chicken we got, his name's Ku Klux, because he's the only white one out of all of them. That motherfucker's a bitch, right? But yesterday, this dude fucking Ray Riced himself through the whole pack, bah, 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 and shoved her beak so far this other one's ass, it went flying upwards, and it grabbed the steak midair. Look at my fucking eyes. Every person that's watching this, you look at my eyeballs. It grabbed the steak and ran over to its corner. Yes, Ku Klux got a corner, and no one fucks with Ku Klux in that corner. You know why? Because Ku Klux little bitch sits in the corner eating that steak, making these weird noises. It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever raise hogs, they're the same way. Like, you can throw bacon in there, and they'll eat the shit out of that bacon. They don't care. They don't care that it's their little brother or sister.
I didn't say it was their little brother or sister. I was just, damn, that's fucked up. I would bury my chickens. That's not although my youngest has a fucked up sense of humor. He's like, Daddy, we should kill one and eat it. I'm like, that's my boy.
That's what chickens are for.
Exactly. That's what that's. Hey, bro, so let me ask you a question, Daniel. What the fuck? Hold on, what were you talking about when I walked in? Because it sounded like you were stealing all my premises to my videos.
No, we took over the show, and we were gearing the show towards vaping and answering questions in chat. Sorry.
Yeah, we were answering vape questions in chat.
Yeah, well, that's okay. No, but what you were specifically talking about is something I addressed.
I was talking about the zero.
Oh shit! So, well, about pod mods in general.
In pod mods in general.
Pod systems. I mentioned this in a few months back. I had said. And I told everyone in the video to quote me, but of course my fucking views have plummeted lately, which means like 9 people probably heard me say this, was that pod systems are literally the reinvention of 2010 cartomizers.
Yep.
That's all it is. And it's all going back to that. The difference is now is
more reliable.
The industry has matured, and now they understand what a smoker transitioning to a vapor wants.
Yep.
My mom is a perfect example. So my mom, when she went to the doctor, when I finally got her to quit, she smoked for 40 some odd years. I finally got her to quit. Well, I shouldn't say that. It was her decision. She went to the doctor. The doctor said, look, you can choose smoking or you can choose your leg. It's up to you. He said, you don't have cancer. You don't have anything like that. But you're going to lose a leg. It's that simple. It's not a hard equation.
Right.
And so I was there with my mom, like, listen, Mom, like, I can help you. And this is years ago now at this point, but I said, I believe in vaping so much that like, I know that this is going to help you. And granted, she still vapes an NET, a naturally extracted tobacco liquid. So the flavor comes out of the NET or out of the tobacco leaf that's grown in an organic tobacco farm. And it's not a tobacco product as much as is using the flavoring. Boiled down, there's no pesticides, no none of that shit. So that's as far as I got it. Now, 6 months or so later, the doctor had said, I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing whatever it is you're doing. And that was validation to me.
Right.
And I just told Daniel and Kimmy in a group chat the other day about the study that I'm a part of. I didn't get any feedback yet. I emailed Doc, would have been 2 days ago now, and he hasn't said anything back. So I don't know what I can or can't say about the whole thing. Long story short is my lungs look great, which is amazing. Especially if
that's awesome. Like,
right.
So good to hear.
If you consider,
like, because every day as an ex-smoker, I worry for that day where my lung x-ray might not be clean, because we know from, you know, scientific studies and statistical proof of, you know, user data and stuff, that even if you quit smoking 40 years ago, it doesn't put you to zero chance. Like, even non-smokers can get lung cancer.
It takes many
years. So it's like,
to
hear that is really great news for you.
It is.
You know, and we know, and it also solidifies like that vaping doesn't cause any additional harm, like the media is currently trying to say. Like, if you vape, bam, you got lung cancer.
Well, there are things you have to watch out for. Hybrid mods, to me, is one that I always try to tell people to stay away from, unless you know what the fuck you're doing.
Yep.
Mech mods, same thing, because there's more of a danger of you getting hurt that way than there is in actual vaping, especially with the early days with diacetyl. Diacetyl, again, even in the small dosages that it was being mixed in with like mother's milk, for example. You have to remember the whole rumor with popcorn lung came out of literal popcorn mills where they make microwave popcorn and artificial butter flavoring. And
you're talking billions times higher levels.
That's people that work 8 hours a day doing nothing but breathing that specific chemical. When you're breathing that specific chemical for 8 hours. So I used to work at Katie Cheese Factory in Wisconsin. Damn good money. And I got 3rd-degree burns, chemical burns. And it was because I'm specifically, me personally, and it's a smaller portion of the population, but I'm specifically allergic to these specific chemicals. But if anyone gets them on their clothing or on their skin, you will get upwards of 2nd-degree burns. I got 3rd-degree chemical burns. So I was working in a factory where those chemicals were not only present, but they were prevalent. They were in abundance. But you don't see the government saying anything about outlawing cheese, correct? You know what I'm saying? You know, at the end of the day, that cheese is still a fine. The product is just fine.
Yeah.
But the same shit should go for vaping. If you're sitting in it 8 hours a day, 12 hours a day, or doing overtime at a fucking popcorn factory with diacetyl vapor in the air on a constant basis, that's a completely different situation. And we're not saying that vaping is 100% safe. We're saying that it's harm reduction. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. And that's the key, is harm reduction. You know, this is about harm reduction, and the media tries to spin it as something that we're not even trying to spin it as. We're not trying to spin it as safe. We're trying to spin it as it is harm reduction.
It is proved to be safer, not 100% safe.
Exactly. Couldn't say it better myself. Daniel, P.S. I want to give a shout out to that channel you were on earlier, that podcast. Who was that? Where can you find it? Because I want it for myself as well, because I lost it during midway mark when this Christian
VP Live?
This Christian fundamentalist came up and interrupted me. I lost the feed.
Yeah, it was VP Live.
It was, and it went great, right? I mean, I heard half of it. Can I just say that Jay always makes me so fucking motivated.
Right. And hungry too at the same time.
Yeah, I listen to him, and afterwards I'm and it's because I see myself in that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I see myself in that shit. I'm like, yeah, I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
Right. And that's pretty much the same way I am. I can care less about what people say, right? But then it is too late, and it comes down to the point where you got to say something, or at least defend yourself, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, but...
Wait, what are you talking about?
What
are you talking about specifically? If you don't mind me
asking.
Well,
you got to listen to the show.
Oh, okay. Well, because I didn't... Fuck, man. See, I shouldn't have spoke out of line. I didn't hear the whole thing. I just heard a 25-minute middle section.
Yeah. Just listen to the replay. It was a good show. I'm glad I jumped on.
That's awesome. So, and this is I want to make it very clear, my show is a drama-free with you and me. I've never grew up on drama. I never had drama with words. Like, if you want to do something, let's do something. If you're gonna talk shit, don't fucking talk shit until you can do something. You want to fucking talk to me like a man, talk to me like a man. So this is a drama-free zone. I don't want no bullshit in the comments. I don't want no bullshit on here.
Right.
And I know, that's simple.
That's the reason why I told you to watch listen to the replay. Yeah.
So let me ask you some questions, bro. So Portugal, fuck. So I have American geography, so please forgive me if I forget exactly where it's at, but I think it's on the western side of Spanish, southern western, the whole.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, thank God. Thank God.
Yes, and it doesn't belong to Spain.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
It's its own independent. So Portuguese. So I've listened to I've got some Brazilian friends,
which is kind of a different accent of Portuguese, but still. Yeah.
But it's still Portuguese, is it not?
Yeah.
It's like New Zealand English versus American English. You know,
it is, but
versus the real English.
For what?
Oh, I'm sorry. I said it is. They both speak Portuguese, but the language is different. Like,
well, it's the same. If you go to my family's house, if you go to my family's house,
it's the same thing with Spanish.
If you go to my family's house in Mexico, and then you go to someone who speaks Castilian Spanish, it's different dialect.
Oh yeah,
same language. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember talking to someone who was Puerto Rican, and I said "cabron" to one of my nephews, and they got really offended. And I was like, "Bro, that in Mexican slang, that's like a term of endearment. Like, no, that means asshole." I'm like, what? No, it doesn't. That cabron means like,
yes, it does.
Adorable, a little adorable motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
No, it means little hole, the other hole, not adorable, not.
No, but in Mexican slang, it's different. You can even use it interchangeably for sweet potato. It's again it's like calling somebody dude to an old person. That's offensive. You know what I mean? It's a different situation. But the Portuguese, bro, I will tell you right now, that language is fucking difficult.
Yeah,
it is difficult.
It is. And it is difficult because of the way we pronounce, especially the special words and special accents, but also because everything is worded opposite.
Well, it is in Spanish too.
That's yeah.
And there's certain
it's only difficult to people who only know English.
Exactly. and I know I'm fluent in Spanglish. And since I know Spanglish pretty damn good, I can understand most of Italian, a lot of French. But and I assumed I could understand Portuguese. That's not the case. You can't understand Portuguese. I can get like certain phrases here and there.
Portuguese spoken in Portugal may be easier, but Portuguese spoken in Brazil, it is going to be a lot more difficult for you.
Oh, that's something I never thought of.
Yeah.
So, can you give me an example of a difference or a variance in
it's hard, but it is the way they pronounce things and the way they kind of eat some words. Yeah, it makes it way more difficult for you to understand, and that's the reason why we usually say that Portuguese colonized Brazil, but then all of a sudden they screwed up the language.
So when you say colonize Brazil, I mean I understand it because
we got some Brazilians in here mad.
Well, if you go to South America, the southern I don't even remember which countries, Argentina and stuff. It's straight up German. It's straight up Eastern European buildings and architecture. It's bizarre. But you look at Mexico though too. It's the same shit. Like the Spanish conquered parts of Mexico, and then you go into central Mexico where there is no Spanish. It's Nahuatl. It's still the native language. But you start going northern, it's Spanish. But the more northern you go, if you go northeastern, it's more of a they're like white Mexicans. You guys know who Louis C.K. is, correct?
No.
The comedian.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Louis. Yeah. He's Mexican. And they look like him in certain parts of Mexico because they're Spanish Mexicans. They're like super tall, super fair skin, redhead. You know what I mean? Like fair skin, fair hair. You go to Central Mexico, they're more Indios. They're like Indian, like native Mexicans, Aztec, Mayan, and whatnot. It's so bizarre. But then you look at Portugal. I've got a bunch of friends from Edinburgh, fucking all over the place in Europe, and they talk about the size difference. And I never realized how small Europe in general, like all those countries, France, Portugal, Spain, Scotland, Ireland, UK in general, is comparative to the just geo landmass of North America, South America, and how large the countries were or are here. And so you've got all these pockets of different spoken languages, which is mind-blowing. And the etymology that's behind it is nuts. It's absolutely nuts. How so when you go, because Portugal's in Spain, right? I mean, it's not in Spain, but it's surrounded by Spain and water.
Yeah.
So
pretty
are you guys required to learn Spanish at all, or no?
No, not at all. No, we actually hate Spanish, and Spanish hate Portuguese. So
that's so sad. That's so bad. People are just people, bro.
Yes, but we fight it for our country for so many years, right?
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of like, yeah. It's the same thing like when you go like over into like when you go into Russia and the countries that border Russia and stuff, and like Ukrainians and them, they don't speak their bordering countries' language, and they're very, because of the wars and the things that happen between them countries, they're very, very divided.
Yep. I get it. I understand it, but people gotta let shit go. Look at, you go to the Mason-Dixon line here in the United States, and it's the same way. If I say, hey man, let me get a cheeseburger, someone's like, where are you from, buddy? You ain't from around here, are you? And all of a sudden you hear the racking of the shotgun.
I get it all the time here. Every time I get, you ain't from around here, are you?
And all of a sudden you hear an 83 Chevy pickup start up, and there's 17 people in the back of it with a Confederate flag, like, you don't belong around these parts. Listen here, buddy.
Oh my God.
This is Trump land, man. We're down in Atlanta. That's a totally different. That's a totally same thing. I was gonna say different, but it's not.
Kimmy, it is very interesting that everywhere I go in the States, somebody says you aren't from here.
No, really? No way.
Even
I wonder what gave it away.
Let me tell you something. Dawn got me hooked up to Big B. I don't know if you guys know Big B Coffee. They have these mango smoothies, really, really good. So every time I go grab some smoothies for me and Dawn, on the drive-through, the lady that is there working on the afternoon, she knows the order just by my accent.
That's crazy.
She knows what I want.
Yeah.
Just by listening to my accent, she already knows.
Oh yeah.
Bro,
I mean, it's not an accent that you're going to hear every day.
Right.
Well, I mean, for all the uneducated motherfuckers that live here specifically, they don't know where you're from. I mean, honestly, they could think you're from where? Have you had people guess?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of people trying to guess.
What do they guess?
Everything but Portugal.
Exactly. Well, no one thinks about Portugal. Like, when I think about Portuguese, I think about Brazil, just because it's it's closer to the U.S. I have friends from Brazil,
right.
But I mean, you're the first person I've met from Portugal. It's crazy because how big was Portugal before the war, the Spanish and Portuguese war? Where'd Daniel go? Bro? Oh. What happened?
Daniel. Birthday, Daniel.
Me.
So how big was Portugal prior to the war in Spain with Portugal?
Was pretty much what it is today. So we kind of lost some land, and then we conquered the land back, and it was like that over the years.
How big does your dick feel that you guys conquered something 4 times bigger than you?
That's so fucking weird.
Right, but it's true. How big ball? Like, is it like my coffee mug makes your balls feel huge that you guys conquered Spain? Or a quarter of Spain?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, like, egotistically, like, you've seen the size of Portugal? It's like the Rhode Island of Europe.
Right.
So, Ray Lopez asked in the U.S., Daniel.
Oh, how do I like the U.S.? I love the U.S.
Why? I mean, I like it too, but why?
Well, I always loved the U.S. I always love America, whatever. America. Since I was a baby, I always listened to American music. I always watched American movies, so I grown to love American in what you guys have become as a country. So coming here and realizing that most of the things were the way I thought they were was awesome. Now that I live here, I understand the reality a little bit better. So I know things aren't quite as we see out there, but but I still like it a lot. I like the people. I like the way you do things, the way you deal with things and problems and things in general. Like that's the reason why you are the country you are nowadays.
But fuck that. What do you miss about Portugal, bro?
The weather, the food,
yeah.
family. That's pretty much it.
But what you just said is super important. I mean, in a lot of
as soon as your wife can come over, you can have her cook all of the Portuguese food that you want.
Right.
but that's hold on. That's not necessarily true. So if there's something that I've noticed in different countries, I've been all over the United States. I've been Mexico. My family's from Mexico. I have family in Canada. Excuse me. And if there's something that I've noticed in different places in general, especially on reservations, Native American reservations here, where my family's from too, is how much more emphasis is on family in general. So not just emphasis on family, but also food. In a lot of other places, a lot of other countries, it seems like family plays a much larger role than in the United States. Whereas in the United States, family is used as a pawn on a chessboard for politicians to get ahead and to claim that that's what matters. But in reality, the United States is more about the rat race. How much money can you make in the shortest amount of period of time with the least amount of work, or the most amount of work, which is great. But if you go to the res, or if you go to Mexico, or if you even go to Canada, where family is the most important part of your daily life, it seems like most of the United States or most of the world is like that. I would assume Portugal would be the same way, no?
Yeah. And mind you, I'm not an immigrant. I'm like probably I think I'm fourth generation American. Like well, I am by like I'm third generation on one side and fourth generation on the other side. But anyway, like think about what America was like founded on. Like people leaving their families behind to come here and settle in America, right, to make money and be good and stuff. Like it almost seems like that's kind of what our country is founded on, is people leaving behind their families. And not saying that everybody that comes to America is just abandoning their family. I'm not saying that. But when you look at the history of America and like, and it feels, to me, it would be like that's how that lack or that loss of cultural like importance on family might have happened, because we're just literally, we're all immigrants except for the Native Americans, right, which have always been here. And you see in Native Americans, family is still like the core, especially now, because there's so few Native Americans left, because, obviously all of us who have immigrated, whether it be Caucasian, African American, Thailand, whatever, have came, and there's less and less as far as percentage. If you want to go like by the one drop rule or whatever,
that's
so
true.
It's really
important.
You gotta remember
for them there was the American Holocaust made the Jewish Holocaust look like kindergarten class. I mean, there's 75 million Native Americans wiped out in a single generation. But up until the 1930s, they were being literally just massacred. But that's aside the point where it's 100 years now, and I'm half Mexican, half Native American, but there's also blood of like Bohemian and weird shit mixed up in there too.
Yeah.
It's just weird stuff. It turns out we're part, I don't remember if it's North African or something in our family, but it's so crazy seeing the intermixing of cultures. And genuinely speaking, like anytime I go anywhere, it's always two things, and that's family and food. And those are two of my favorite things in the world, is kicking it with family and fucking cooking. And when I see, even in Europe, when I see over across seas, or whether it be, like I said, Mexico is a good example, where it's just like having fun, barbecue, and let's kick it. And that is something that in the United States you don't get as much, because you're expected to work a 40-hour work week. You're expected to take only 2 weeks off, and that's if you're super lucky, a year. And then you go to Europe, Canada and places where you get, you get fucking, what is it called? A midday break. What is it called, Daniel?
What, in Spain?
Yeah,
it's like a midday break. Yeah,
a midday break siesta.
Yep.
And you had tapas with your family, or with even if it's with your coworkers and shit.
Yep.
You kick it, and it's a much more relaxed, laid back, and they just generally seem happy.
Well, but that's also the reason why the United States are what they are, right? And you guys get shit done, and you go to that side, and nobody gets shit done, right? It's like everything is slow, nothing really happens.
But that's not a bad thing. When you say nothing really happens, when you say get things done,
in terms of your economy in comparison to other economies, it is a big thing. It is a really big thing.
But if you're talking fiscal economy or like a financial economy or a strictly monetarily, that's one thing. But what happens when someone's happy at 30 grand a year as a family? Like, I mean, a 2-income household happy at $30,000 a year, they get by with the bare minimum, and the most happy is family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's to whose goals is that being compared to? Like, I'm okay not being a millionaire. I'm okay not making 6 figures a year. I like my studio. I like my dirt bikes. I love my kids. I love my wife. I like my house. You know what I mean? I'm just fine. But
you also got used to access some services that if you need, they get shit done for you fast, or to buy something or do something or I don't know, stuff that gets done immediately. Over there, a lot of those services, you gotta wait, you gotta desperate for them to happen, whatever, paperwork, public services. It's like everything is slow, nothing happens, nothing that you want to do or accomplish happens. It takes a lot of time for it to happen. Over here, I'm not saying that your public services work good, because there's a lot of bureaucracy in your country as well, but a lot of the services work much better here for the most part, because you guys get shit done. And
I believe it. I 100% believe it.
Over there, it's just some things over there are just frustrating. Really
I 100% believe it. Not only do I believe it, I think there's a lot that other countries can learn from us going, a lot faster. At the same time, though, I think there's a lot of cultural things that we can learn from, or at least go back to, specifically the family part. I mean, I guess that I keep going back to that because that's just like my personal favorite thing. That's how I grew up. You know what I mean? Is we believe a community has to raise kids, not just 2 parents. And there's a lot of pride in people doing shit themselves. That's not how I grew up. Like, I grew up helping. If I can help my cousin do this, I'm gonna help my cousin do this. You know what? I'm a good carpenter. I'm gonna help build his house. He's a super good welder. He's gonna help fix my car. You know what I mean? There's a lot more. What is that called? But the barter system. You know what I mean? The trading of knowledge. I don't know. I'll tell you what though. Me myself personally, the limitless fucking mech mod, the V2. Whoo, that shit hits hard as fuck.
I love how Nas just changes like ADHD type. Just talking about this. Oh wait, but this man is.
I'm just
right. That's kind of cultural, right?
I'll tell you what. You know who really cares about family is Zur. Zur absolutely snaps off. Bro, have you? So, and the P.S. I'm not sponsored by Zur. This is just genuinely one of my favorite pod systems of all time. How do you like? Have you tried the Zur? Both of you guys?
No.
Oh my god,
I have not.
May I ask why?
Who makes that one?
Zur. 7 Days Manufacturing.
I know I have that one somewhere.
See? Oh god, I wish I was as cool as you guys. Companies don't like me. Companies are not fans of my channel. I take it back. You know who really likes the channel? And I love that shit. Lioness Elixirs, 5150 E-Liquid. Don likes the channel.
I don't. I was gonna say, wait a second. The reason why I don't have it is because I haven't bought it.
Well, I buy upwards of 40% of the shit you guys see.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm trying to. This is my job. So YouTube, Patreon, Instagram is what pays my bills personally. I'm trying to get to the point where I can quit my side job, my quote unquote real job, and where I can make this my job. it is a hard fight.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not Jay Hayes. I can't just be like, yo, motherfucker, pay me, son. Like I want to. And I used to.
You know what, Jay Hayes? Okay, so you know how we were earlier. Well, there is a subculture. It's called FinDom. And it's called financial domination. And there are people out there that literally get off on giving other people their money to be talked badly to. And
Jesus.
to be treated, just be treated like whatever. Yeah, give me your money. Oh, you only got 20? I'm not kidding you. I know a female that does this for a living. And when I hear Jay Hayes, like, I think FinDom. I think FinDom all day long.
Well, so listen, look, I have made my living on shit that I love since I was 14 years old. I've had 3 real jobs. I've been in the music industry professionally, like getting paid real money, good money, and I quit it to do vaping YouTube reviews. Do you know how fucking stupid that makes me feel sometimes? I quit good money DJing thousands of dollars in a night. Like, fuck that. I think I'm just gonna make I think I'm just gonna make YouTube reviews on vape stuff, which is my passion, right? One of my passions. Carpentry is one of my passions. But at the same time, I sit here and I look at my fiance. I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry. but FinDom, Fin, F-I-N, right? Am I saying it right, Kimmy? Where'd she go? Is she gone?
Kimmy. Holy shit.
She really is gone.
Did I lose internet again?
There you go. She's back.
I'm here. My internet.
Is it Fin? F-I-N? FinDom? FinDom?
I'm here.
Okay. So
my internet. Yeah.
I am inherently a nice person.
Yes. FinDom. FINDOM.
So if someone's like, hey, here's $20 of my hard-earned money, my first thought isn't to be like, bitch, that's not enough. I would be like, hey, I really appreciate that $20. You're helping literally put my fucking kids in soccer and whatnot. And they don't want to hear that. So you need to teach me this whole FinDom. I'm like, $20 ain't enough. Fuck you. Fuck your face. I'm going to pee on you. I don't know what BDSM does. I'm just assuming. I saw it on your
But you got to build that persona first, right? You don't have that persona or that identity on YouTube, right?
No.
So it's like they would feel that they will face that as really disrespectful from you. I would.
Right.
I don't see you that way, right?
And I'm not. If you watch all my videos, I complain about people that are faceless and nameless. I used to do all my rants on people who would walk by and I would just be disgusted by them. Especially ghetto white moms. Ghetto white moms were my specific target. And then rich vegan white moms enraged me. They fucking enraged me. You spoiled fucking. Yeah, you're gonna ask if the wasabi's fucking gluten-free. Get the fuck out of here. You're at a sushi restaurant. Is the wasabi gluten-free? And then the fucking wasabi chef squirts at our tetas. You know what? You deserve that. I don't feel bad for you at all. Stop with your go buy another Porsche. Get the fuck out of here. Is the wasabi gluten-free? Man, I'll show you some gluten-free. I'm gonna get me another t-shirt that says tug here free lotion with an arrow pointing to my kneecaps. So Daniel, listen, in terms of Portugal, in terms of food, do you guys, what's the food difference between Spain and Portugal?
Spanish food is also really good, but Spanish food is more comparable to the French food, which doesn't really have a lot of condiments, doesn't really have a lot of salt. It
sounds bland as fuck.
Yeah, kind of.
Merca's home of salt and hot sauce. Yeah, buddy.
Right. Some typical Spanish foods, yes, they do have some salt and some spices, but most of them no. And if you keep going, if you go to France, even worse.
Really?
Yeah. Well, when you grow eating Portuguese food, that's the way you look into those types of foods in those countries. I don't know if they think the same, right? They probably don't.
Well,
Speaking of
give me a
food-
Portuguese dish.
They all have Portuguese names. It is really hard to pronounce, but I can show
I don't
you.
give a fuck. Just no, you say it in Portuguese.
I can show you pictures.
No, I want you to speak Portuguese from now on. No more English.
Jesus, God damn it.
Speaking of food, Nevid asked earlier. He wanted you to ask Daniel the pizza question. Thesis.
Okay, so Daniel, where are you in the United States?
Michigan.
Fuck, why? We have so many good places. Why
because
did you
I love
choose Michigan?
because I love RoboCop, and I'm expecting to meet him one day.
Ah, shit. So, have you watched the movie or the show Fargo?
No,
Have you watched Mighty Ducks?
no.
Have you watched Santa All the Way? What is it? Santa All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I think so.
What about Juno?
Yes.
Okay, so come to Minnesota. It's way better than Michigan. Do you know who you ever watch Raising Arizona? No.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of places that are probably better than Michigan.
No, well, no. It's not that it's better than Michigan. It's just that I'm here. So I'm saying, come to Minnesota. We have lots of melting pot situations, or go to Atlanta, or 45 minutes east of Atlanta, wherever the fuck Kimmy lives. But she won't. She said personally, you can get naked and ride dirt bikes on her property. That's always awesome. So with that being said, I just want to hear you speak Portuguese food right now. Give me a Portuguese, your favorite.
Well,
Portugal
you
dish.
never asked him the question about the pizza.
Oh,
The
have you been to any good pizza places in the United States?
Does Joe's Pizza count?
I don't know what that is.
Daniel's
New
had
York.
pizza all over the world now.
So, have you had pizza in Japan? That's the question.
No,
Then you haven't had it all over the world.
no.
Have you had pizza in Portugal? Obviously.
Yes.
So is there a comparison between Portugal and the United States, pizza wise?
Yeah,
Michigan,
there is.
Michigan.
There is. Your pizza here is freaking loaded. It's like it almost makes me feel fat when I eat pizza
Well,
here.
I mean, if you're gonna feel fat, you may as well just say you're feeling American. That's right. American. We drive big trucks and got big bellies, buddy. Let me tell you what. Oh shit, that's it. So I'm a truck guy. I build trucks. I love cars. I love motors, and something I've become obsessed with is Italian. Well, Austrians. But I ride dirt bikes. I ride KTM dirt bikes, which is Austrian made, and I will say Italy makes a couple of good bikes as well. But Aprilia is one of them. Ducati is another one. But I ride dirt bikes. Fuck road bikes. They scare me. Excuse me. What is? And I'm sorry to keep coming back to this, but what is the difference in European car culture? And I know a lot of the answers to these questions, but not with Portugal in particular. What would be a lot of the differences in American car culture versus Portuguese car culture? Are there any American vehicles over there?
Not many. The major brands like Ford,
Yeah.
yes, we have them, but usually smaller cars.
Opel,
Yeah, Opel too.
Citroen.
You see more of the smaller cars. You start to see a lot of SUVs nowadays, but that's just because the roads are getting worse and worse. And you see a lot of diesel cars as well, because diesel over there is much cheaper, and the engines, the diesel engines over there got much better than just regular gas engines.
Well, that was that's pretty artificial. And when I say artificial, I mean the United States. So when the big gas crisis here happened in 2007, 8, 6, 7, 8, gasoline got up to like $4.10 a gallon, and diesel has always, my whole life, my entire life since the beginning of time, has always been cheaper than gasoline, regular old 87 octane fuel. And right when gas went up, diesel skipped over gasoline, and diesel became more expensive because they wanted to make more of a profit, which is fucking that's that American good old family values right there for you.
Right.
But it should be the exact same in Europe, but it's not. It's just not. So when you say diesels, are there small car diesels, small like Volkswagen and shit over there?
Yeah.
So what's the most common, would you say, like most blah car? Alfa Romeo?
it depends on the country, but most of the countries, like I can say in Portugal, Spain, and in France, obviously, Renault.
Yep, Renault.
Yep.
Although I will say Renault makes some pretty titties cars, dude. The
oh yeah,
yeah, they make some sexy cars. Same with Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo, the not just that, but the Fiat 500 over there.
Right. Alfa Romeo is Fiat manufacturing.
Yeah, same with Chrysler's Chrysler Fiat. But I will say, man, there are a lot of European cars that I wish we would get. We just started getting Alfa Romeo, and if memory serves me right, I think Opel was trying to do a campaign here in the late 70s. But Opel's coming back again. There's a couple of Opel dealerships here in Minnesota.
Right. Renault was here before too, right?
Yep, Renault was here. Yep,
and I've read that Renault is trying to come back too.
Yep, it was the Fiat. I know was one of the first ones. Alpha just started a couple years ago, and I'm excited because I'm in the market for a new vehicle. But the thing is, I'm a old school Chevy head. I built the first car I built was a 1987 Chevy Silverado V10, and it was I spent 7 years restoring it. It had total had an 18-inch lift kit, 37-inch tires, Nito Terra grapplers, Nito mud grapplers, and then I had Nito Terra grapplers before that, American Racing rims, old school Chevy navy blue, fucking that straight piped with fucking stacks. So the thing is, though, is I want to move to Europe for like 6 months. The problem is they won't let me bring my truck. I can't have that. How small are the roads in Portugal?
They are real small.
Not just Portugal, all of Europe, right?
Yeah,
it's all
for the most part. Yeah, the highways are fairly large, not as large as yours, but most of the roads.
But they're not mine. They're ours because you live here now, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So stop saying it's not yours. It's not mine. It's ours.
Right.
America, we share that shit.
America,
Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders all the way.
America.
I drive an Accord. I don't know how popular is Honda over there.
Quite popular. Yeah, you see a lot of Hondas.
You know what surprised me seeing in Europe was my car. I have a Chrysler 300 Hemi, and over there I saw a lot of V6 Chrysler 300s, which blew my fucking mind. It's a big car. It's not a small car. It's a big car. It's a 14-footer. But I saw one Hummer, and that was
you see some. Yeah, you see some. It's like you also see like, oh my god, what's the name of that brand?
Dodge.
No, what's the car that they use on the latest Knight Rider TV series?
I couldn't tell you. Camaro?
No, I think
Chevy?
so. Chevy or Camaro. You see some over there too, but they are imported. And
so is it
expensive.
left-hand or right-hand drive in Portugal?
Right hand, the right side of the road.
As
Yes.
Jeremy Clarkson would say, the correct side?
Yes, the correct side of the road. Yes.
Do you drive over here?
Hmm?
Do you drive over here?
Yes.
So, oh shit! Is it weird getting used to the roads?
No, it is wonderful.
Kimmy, let me ask you, Kimmy. Since you're from Indiana and Kentucky and Georgia, three of the most redneck states in the United States, what is it like driving in the rest of the country?
In the rest of the country?
In the actual United States. Because you're just as foreign as Daniel.
I would not know because I'm pretty foreign to driving because I have a phobia of driving. So I don't drive. I avoid driving at all costs. But I will say the worst place to move to if you have a fear of driving is Atlanta. Because it's freaking horrendous.
I'll tell you right now, Minnesota has the worst drivers.
All the roads are 80 miles per hour and people drive like 90 miles per hour.
But in Europe, that's nothing, right, Daniel?
What?
In Europe, 80 miles an hour is nothing, right?
I don't know.
It's what? You guys drive like what? 30 kilometers per hour?
How many miles per hour are 120 kilometers per hour?
120 kilometers per hour is 74.56 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Am I good or what?
About
130.
equal.
It's about 130 kilometers is 80 miles an hour.
120.
Yeah.
That's the maximum speed over there.
Really?
Yes.
What about
Yeah, so
the
like
Autobahn in Germany?
I never been to one of those.
Really? Oh, that's
well,
my
but
dream.
the thing is 50 kilometers per hour in the cities, and then 70 outside of the cities, 120 on the highways. But we drive way above that because there's 3 levels of infraction, right? If you drive 20 kilometers per hour more than the limit, it is still a low infraction, and they don't say anything. They don't catch you for that. Then if you drive 20 more kilometers per hour above the limit, which makes up to 40 more, right? Then it's a fairly more serious infraction, but they still may not catch you on that. Then if you drive 20 more kilometers per hour above, then they may catch you. And if you drive 60 kilometers per hour more than the limit, then it is crime. So you have a lot more. It's not like here, 9-year fine. No, 9-year fine. How is it?
Oh, 5 miles an hour over is just fine. But anything more than that,
5-year fine, 9-year mine.
Yep,
right?
Yep.
Over there, we have a lot more limit.
Yeah, you still have a lot more leeway.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty. No, that's actually a lot. When you said 20 more, you're fine. I'm like, wow.
Right.
Dawn's in chat. Dawn just wants to say that Daniel is a crazy ass driver, by the way.
well, so because in Europe, the only from what I understand, the only thing the United States has given Europe is taking a right on a red light, and that's it.
Yes, which is fucking amazing, wonderful. But the thing is, your roads and your intersections are way larger in comparison to ours over there. So there's no way we can do that over there.
So, but you can still take rights over there on a red light.
No way. No rights on reds anywhere.
No, because you got to think they're driving on the other side of the road. Or to us Americans, they're driving on the other
side of the road.
It's the same side of the road.
No,
it is the same side of the road, but the thing is, the intersections are so much smaller. We don't have enough lanes to do that kind of stuff.
Well, in Britain though, it's the different side.
Yes,
but otherwise, the rest of the fucking world, except
it's on the right side, on the correct.
Yeah, okay, Britain
and India and Britain.
In Britain, Australia. There's 2 more places. I think 2 more places in Africa. I think.
But that's because they just sent their prisoners and slaves there, right?
Probably.
Well, no, but see, I mean, Australia is a penal island, right?
No.
Well, no, I'm dead serious. Australia and New Zealand is colonized by. Well, Australia is colonized by prisoners at one point.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Australia is a penal island. Period. Let me.
I mean, because you have like Aborigines in Australia, people that were native, just like we have Native Americans.
The same way that Native Americans were here, and then Christopher Columbus murdered them all.
Yeah.
That yes. Hold on a second. Let's see. Australia. I need a Jamie from.
I'm gonna grab a beer.
Penal Island.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Look. Yeah. Penal Island. Not penile. I said the wrong. I meant not penis island, but penal island prison. Yeah, Australia.
Labworks is Paul from Labworks. He's in Australia. He says, he agrees with you.
Yeah, that is how Australia was created. Was by British prisoners. So I mean, that's why they would drive on the same side of the road as Britain. Same with India. India was vice versa. What the fuck was that?
Oh, Daniel, that's Daniel's door alarm because he went upstairs to get a beer. So you're hearing his door alarm. Forgot about that.
I'm gonna move. Ouch, motherfucker! I just do you know what it's like to trip yourself? I just tripped myself trying to get my e-liquid.
Motion at your Ring Video doorbell.
Daniel's on his way back. That's his door alarm again.
Okay, so Kimmy, In the United States.
Hmm.
In the United States, what is it like living here?
What do you mean? What is it like living here? You live here. You live in the United States.
Not really. I live in Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota isn't the U.S. I need to learn geography. Wait a second.
Canada.
I'm counting the states and
it's Canada. Come on now.
It's Canada, is it? I mean, no, I don't know anything else. Like, I literally live in I've only lived in states that are like as United States as you're gonna get, like America. All I know is United States, so I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like to live other places.
Well, what about like, okay, so have you been to a different country?
No, I've never been outside of the continental United States.
Daniel, are you a full-blown resident?
No, not yet.
When will you be? Tomorrow?
Soon, real soon. I'm working on that.
What about? So, okay, here's a question.
Mm.
I know you have a family, correct? You have children and a wife, or at least
yes, a wife and a son.
Okay. So here's the question.
Hmm.
Hold on. Okay, so where the fuck is my menthol? Oh, there it is. Okay, we got it. So this podcast brought to you by Ice Ice Vape Dudes. If you that's not true. They don't fucking know who I am and I hate it. So if you become a full-blown citizen, are you going to be a lifelong, like, are you going to be moving here, like actually migrating here, or is it going to be something where it's like a temporary until then kind of thing?
No, I plan on staying here unless something goes wrong with my life.
Well, Trump. But aside from that, after you're kicked out, will you come back? Is the question.
If I was kicked out, would I come back?
No, not will you come back. When you come back for the second time after Trump kicks you out.
Mm.
Well, actually, you don't speak Spanish, so you might be just fine.
Exactly.
So,
that's the thing.
As long as you're not Mexican, Trump doesn't give a fuck about you.
Right.
But what about your kid and your wife?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean?
They will come under my green card.
So will they? Does your wife and your spawn know English?
Yes.
As well as you?
Yes.
Really?
They have been learning English especially because we were already planning on this.
That's awesome.
So my wife actually knows 3 languages now. English is still getting there, but my wife is French. She learned Portuguese, and now she's learning English.
She's got a big booty.
Not yet an American booty. No.
Oh man, we got to get there. We got to get the
American booty, huh?
thighs, hips, booty, and a skinny waist. It's a hard concept, but it's like an ant, What's got the
you know what's funny? I was watching YouTube videos last night on Brazilian butt lifts.
Oh my god! It's just
because of the skinny waist, big booty. Like all these women, they were talking about like the new change in female body. Like the ideal female body type is now.
You know what they call it?
No, it's not now. The reason
big ginormous.
You know what they call to those booties?
What?
Watermelon booties.
Yes, I like the watermelon crawl. That's an Alan Jackson song. The watermelon crawl, bro. That's what it's about. So listen, I hate the fact that people are like, oh, now it's trendy to have a big butt. No, it's not. It's now trendy because white fucking stay-at-home moms in middle of America now think it's trendy. It's always been trendy because it's a part of male DNA. I've always been attracted to big boot, cute face, little waist, and a big behind. It's that simple. But now that fucking Desperate Housewives want to have a big butt, now it's trendy. No, it has nothing to do with the Kardashians. Way before, look at the thong song.
No, actually, I'm going to argue with you with this because in the male mind that might have been trendy, but women don't follow male minds. Women
No,
follow
you-
female minds.
You didn't
back
hear
in
what I just
the-
said.
Like back in Farrah Fawcett, you're telling me Farrah Fawcett had a big booty?
No,
She
Farrah
had
Fawcett,
a tiny
no
itty
ass.
bitty little firm booty. But
that's what
she
I'm saying.
was the female body type in the 80s. Like every woman wanted Farrah Fawcett's body.
No, so you misheard everything I said. In the male genetic code, in the DNA, since the evolution
It's
of
not
man,
the booty.
it's been
No,
the
it's
booty,
the hips.
and
in
the
the
hip,
genetic
the
code.
bigger the hips, the bigger the booty, generally speaking. When I was born,
that's
I was
fine.
born with the predisposition of preferring a 37 to a 46-inch butt.
You know that was kind of debunked.
No, it's not, and
That
no, it
was
never was.
kind of debunked.
I believe
it
in
was.
science.
There is a paper that was released that kind of too because
No. I believe in science, and science in the genetic code.
But there was
says,
science that said that that's kind of not true
it
too.
sounds like a liberal paper brought out by snowflakes. Look, I'm just saying. That in the genetic code, male disposition to just hold on and to defend women.
I can't
defend
disagree
women.
with you. When I see a big booty, my head turns.
Even my fiance. So I have my fiance. You know what my opening words to her was? Like, you're not from around here, are you?
I mean, why? If I'm a female, then why do when I see a big girl booty, I'm like, damn.
Genetic code.
I don't breed with females,
right? And that's what I'm saying. So when I met my future finance, Mandy, I walked up, was like, you're not from around here, are you? And she was probably creeped out. And she's like, why you say that? And I'm like, because you got an ass that's not from this area. Actually, I almost said the town. But make a long story short, when we're walking around in, I don't know, Colorado, and we're at the zoo, and this chick walks by with a hippopotamus booty and a snake-like fucking waist, her and I both look at each other like, God damn. You know what I mean?
I will still trade the big booty for big boobs.
No, fuck titties. Titties don't. Man,
yeah, see, Daniel's a boob guy, and I'm like,
I'm not. Titties are fine. They're nice, whatever. But the booty is like the holy grail. You can find the chest that holds the holy grail, but the holy grail is the holy grail. You feel me?
We've talked about everything tonight. Now we're talking about booties and boobs.
I can prove it in a sentence. You can buy titties. You can't buy booty. It's
yes,
simple.
you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Yes,
That's the thing.
Can.
That's what they like. Most of these big booties you're seeing are fake. They're well, I mean, they're still like I'm not.
Alexis, Texas.
The percentage.
Alexis, Texas.
Of women that have fat injected into their butts from other parts of their body.
Alexis, Texas, Belladonna, all these porn stars were born. My girl was born with that ass. And let me tell you something. That's
I'm jealous. Don't be talking about your girlfriend. You're gonna get me all feeling sorts of ways.
Hold on. Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. First of all, there's enough thesis to go around. Secondly, listen, Linda. Listen. So
listen, Linda.
Come
on, do it with the accent.
Listen,
do it
Linda,
with the accent if you're gonna say listen, Linda.
So that little Mexican kid is the most cutest kid I've ever seen in my whole life.
He is. Oh my god.
And he says, give you papaws on the butt. And I was like, I laughed so fucking hard. I was the mom that said that shit. Oh, Daniel, what do you think about American kids? They need slaps, don't they? They need to get their ass beat.
I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm not going to comment on that.
You can't get in trouble, bro. This is my channel. We're not like we're on fucking Grim Green's channel. 6 people watch this one. Come on.
It doesn't matter. It's not my thing to judge. Especially in a country that is not mine.
It is yours. Shut the fuck up. I'm sick of this.
It's not mine yet. No, I didn't born in here. So
what day? What time is it? It's Tuesday. It's yours now. So listen, Linda. So in Portugal, what is the child disciplinary action like?
The child disciplinary action what?
In Portugal versus the United States.
It's getting pretty much the same.
Really?
Loose.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Pretty loose as well. Kids nowadays don't have any respect. Don't even, their parents don't even hold them as, I don't know, as the last generation. It's getting pretty much the same. Kids these days have no respect. They
have you watched?
It is pretty much
even like when you go to really strict countries, they're complaining of the same. Although we look at those countries, we're like, nah, y'all got your kids on lockdown.
Yeah.
So,
but it is a mentality, I think, globally that's changing.
Here's a weird question, and this is something I ask all of any of my friends that are from different countries, because I'm sitting here talking shit, but at the same time, I'm also using American fundamental positions to say these things, because I'm a hardcore defender in freedom of speech.
Damn, you swallowed that
and
shit.
in deep throating the microphone.
Hardcore defender in Second Amendment, and those two things, and the 14th Amendment, and every amendment, but First Amendment, Second Amendment, forever. How easy or difficult is it to defend yourself with a weapon in Portugal? Can you just buy stuff at Walmart?
No.
Really?
No, you cannot do the same you do here. No,
I've got more guns than family
you gotta
members.
pull a permit. You have to have a permit to use a gun. You gotta register the gun, and then you gotta be shot first to actually use the gun.
What?
But you gotta make sure that the other guy doesn't die, because if he dies, you are still gonna go to jail for defending yourself with the gun. Yep, exactly.
America.
Exactly.
America.
But the thing is,
I've
got a permit to carry in
but the thing
38 states of this United States.
But the thing is, and I can only talk about Portugal. I don't know about the other countries. You know,
I can tell you about the other ones. In Edinburgh, you can have a 22, but you still have to apply for a license. You can also have a shotgun, have to apply for a license. If you live in the UK, you can have a 22, apply for a license. Right. It's insane.
But the thing is,
I gave my 6-year-old a 22 for his birthday.
I was gonna say I bought a 22 from Walmart for my ex-husband's 18th birthday. Because I turned 18 before.
But the thing is,
so I bought a 22 for his birthday.
But the thing is, get this: the criminality in Portugal is one of the lowest in the world.
Yeah, our prison system's pretty fucked up.
Portugal is actually one of the safest countries in the world. So it's like, do you even need a gun? Right?
Hold on. Oh, no, I'll never sit here and say you need a gun.
I have a question. Is Portugal one of the countries that has like a mandatory military serving law? Like when you get out of high school, you mandatory have to do.
I was the last one.
You were the Navy, right?
Yes, I was the last one serving as mandatory.
So, how old are you, Daniel? 26?
Yeah, right. Thank you. 33.
Really?
Okay, I don't feel so special now that you said 26 to me. Now, I think that's just a gift that you use on everybody now.
It's not. Does Daniel not look 19?
No, he don't look 19.
I think he does.
I don't know. Maybe I'm biased because I've known him for so long. I mean, he does look young, but not that young.
How old is Kimmy?
I'm not saying, because I'm the oldest one in this room right now.
Maybe I'm older.
Nah, I'm joking. I'm 35. Like, I'm 35 years old. I'm an old lady.
I'm 7 years younger than the youngest of you, and I still feel like Daniel needs to come over to my house, and we need to shoot some guns.
Oh, hell yeah. I'll teach you how to shoot some guns.
Well, you were in the Navy. My whole family's military.
I've seen Daniel shoot guns in person. I got video of Daniel shooting guns.
Right. And I only shot once and I won everybody. So it's like, I was like, all right, done.
I've got 17 weapons that you can choose from. Out of all of the 17, I've got 5 handguns and I've got 2. I don't want to mention those on air, but I've got, aside from those 2 and those 5, I've got 10 long guns that are all, I don't know what YouTube's guidelines are. Can I even say the names of them?
It's Better not to.
I'm not going to say.
Yes.
But I will say that you're more than welcome. You can put it this way. You don't have to reload for a long time. Long time. You don't have to reload. But however, but I also have licenses for all of them. So I don't have any. I shouldn't have any, but YouTube's a private corporation. So
yeah, no. Don't.
What's your favorite? Are you into carpentry? Do you like wood? I like wood.
What?
Oh, okay.
My personal favorite wood to build with is oak and maple, specifically. Huge shout out to Mike Vapes. Mike Vapes just bought the number one, my personal RDA stand, which is a hardwood maple. My brother is I was gonna say my brother's tree folk. My brother is not tree folk. My brother owns a tree trimming company, and I get all the super rare woods that I want. Legally, even the endangered ones legally, because if they're fucking with the city, city hall, if their roots are ever going into someone's house, I get the fucking solid woods. Bro, do you need an RDA stand? Just say yes, both you guys.
Yes.
I make my own out of wood.
I said say yes,
Carpentry.
Kimmy, say yes.
Okay, yes.
There you go.
Yes.
So both you guys will get it, but you have
don't shoot me with your 38 guns.
No, oh, shush your Kimmy, you're from Indianapolis, Kentucky, and Atlanta. You scare me. You scare the fuck out of me. So,
I'm not gonna share how many guns. Okay.
I was gonna say I probably all I've got is BB guns compared to you guys. I don't want to even talk about it. That shit, you guys make me nervous. If someone shows up to my house in a southern accent, I'm like, it's yours, just take it. So here, what are you drinking? What are you drinking, Daniel?
Heineken.
Really? Is that a thing? I thought they went out of business.
No.
Is it a thing in Portugal at all?
Kind of. It is kind of the same beer we drink in Portugal. We have Sagres, which is kind of the same recipe, I guess. Kind of the same beer. So
What's
this
crazy?
is a closest.
Why is everybody yelling hot sauce in chat?
Oh fuck! Do we hit 25 likes? No. We were supposed to hit 36 likes. I thought.
Oh yeah, really? I thought it was 26.
Shut the fuck up.
26.
Shut the fuck up, Kimmy.
36 likes. You hear that, guys? Come on. 36 likes.
36 likes.
Let's get it going.
36 likes. Scorpion Maruga and this
Did
is
I
Trinidad.
like the video yet?
Oh,
I didn't like the video yet.
My fucking tummy's gonna hurt so bad. So, do you guys remember the time that I got off the live chat because of the dog? This time, I'm gonna come out of the live chat because my butthole's on fire. There's a big difference between those two. So, here's a question that
they're all in chat saying 26.
This is the bizarre. So, if I said it, I will happily.
I have no idea. I don't remember.
We're at 33. I didn't think this was going to happen. We're at 33 likes. Oh, fucking son of a bitch. I did not think this was going to happen. I should have not bought this hot sauce. Motherfucker. Motherfucker. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to fill my coffee mug, and if there's 36 likes when I get back, we'll do it. Son of a bitch.
It's at 35. Oh, shit.
He's probably emptying the bottle.
Yeah, he's gonna go fill it with like ketchup or something.
Oh boy.
And 37. Somebody's drinking some hot sauce. Beauty.
Oh my god, I got so addicted to this stuff. Oh boy.
The Jack Lakes. Oh, I love the teriyaki. Oh, I was at Cracker Barrel. It's a restaurant here in the South. I don't know if they have them up north, but they have bacon jerky.
Oh my god, that sounds
I was going to pick
delicious.
some up and try it. I was like, oh, bacon all the
Sounds
time.
so
Bacon.
delicious.
I'm getting hungry. I don't have any like beef jerky. I don't have anything down here to eat. Right, Louis? That's what I thought when he said he was drinking water to coat his stomach. I'm like, water does not coat the stomach at all.
Right. That's
Or take some
weird.
antacids. Like, he needs to get some Tums in there.
So on the pod system, I'm vaping some Hometown Hero Witch Doctor because it's a 40 milligrams nicotine salt-based liquid. And then
yeah, that I watched in one of your pod videos. That's in 50-50, right? It's like a 50-50 VG PG.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's something I've had trouble finding. I'm gonna have to buy some Hometown Hero because I find a lot of these Nick salts, they're not like bringing down the VG.
You're gonna see
nicotine salt, but it's still like
you are gonna see a lot thinner liquids, maybe real soon.
Looky there! Hell yeah!
That's actually the one I have on the Simple X. On the Simple X, I have some of the pecan sequence. I'm testing this one for Dawn. Well, not really testing. She's testing them. I'm just vaping on my pod devices and on this one.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I just go there to fill my bottles, right?
Oh shit, we're at 37.
Yep. Just drink it.
Yep.
So here's the deal. Hold on.
Hey, Giz is in chat.
Hey, Giz lives right here. Here's my house. Here's Giz. He lives right there. So
hell.
So here's the deal.
You need to get the Giz inside your studio.
No, I don't want him knowing where I live. So,
are you scared? Are you scared, Nas?
A little bit. I'm a little bit. Hey, hold on. So I'm gonna be real quick. I got to announce this before I fucking die. I'm gonna be at ECC Ontario August early.
Fuck
August.
Yeah.
So are you gonna be there?
Yes.
Yes. So me and Daniel, we do some crazy shit, but you have to become our patrons. Here's the deal. I'm about to drink a shit ton. Not all of it. I will drink a bunch of it. Of this.
Oh gosh, I can't believe you're gonna do that.
Scorpion Maruga, and then I've got. I brought a second bottle of Trinidad just in case. So
just in case what?
Well, because I wanted
more hot sauce to drink.
Well, because I'm a what is that called? That's my fetish. Like I'm in a big butt.
That's your fetish. There's his fetish.
I'm in a big butt.
Burning assholes and big butts.
With big booties and hot sauce specifically. I'm a hot sauce fanatic. So it's like super hot, not like Tabasco. Bitch, I was drinking Tabasco at 4 years old. I mean like fucking hot sauce. So if we get to 40-ish likes, I'm gonna drink. No, fuck that.
Oh, it's 39 now. You said
so here's the deal. If I get 20, I don't know. If I get a couple of donations, I'll drink the rest of the bottle. How's that? Not just one drink, but like I'll drink the rest of the entire bottle. Whatever the fuck is left out of it. So right now,
donations in super chat.
In super chat. All right, fuck it. Here's I don't know. I'll do like half of it. Oh fuck me running.
Oh my god. No. Oh, I'm getting heartburn just watching. Oh shit, Daniel!
Oh fuck,
Daniel! Oh my god!
Oh.
Get you some milk.
You don't need to drink it all.
Magnesia or something.
Get a beer.
My Lanta.
Get a beer.
And it's what's messed up because like how fast he chugs it, like it's not that bad going in. It's gonna be when it comes out that it's gonna fucking.
Yep.
No, I brought a second bottle just in case.
He's gonna be farting flames.
Nah, man, this is my shit. Okay, so. All right, let's get some.
Your intestines must be lined with like freaking steel or something.
That's right, like fucking like Brillo pads. Okay, let's see.
Giz wants to see the label on that hot sauce that you drank.
Okay, so we got two. We got both. I don't know how clear they are. No, that's not.
You gotta keep talking while you're showing it, so you stay.
La 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 la. All right, beating the vape. Motherfucker. Let me see if I can.
Oh, oh my gosh, Dawn and Christine both double whammied you.
Here comes the real deal. Here, so just so you guys know I'm not bullshitting. Just so you guys know I'm not bullshitting. All right, so this one is the Be All You Can Be Armies. That's not good enough here. There we go. And then we've got this one.
Holy shit.
Let's see. This one is the exact ingredients are habanero, scorpion moruga, Trinidad, salt, garlic, and water. That's it. This one I'm scared of, guys. All right. This guy. Okay, ready? Mm-hmm. Oh, fuck. Oh,
fuck.
Oh. No water. Fuck that. Ready? Oh, fuck. Woo! Yeah, buddy. Take your clothes off. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, jeez.
That's it. That's it.
Ooh, Jesus. Man.
It's burning.
Right, Ray? Ray says, well, he's sober now. Yeah, definitely. I'd be sober as fuck after that.
Fuck that. No water. Uh-oh, water's for pussies.
Oh. Now he's got the hiccups. He's got the burn hiccups.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Christy said that's all I needed to see.
Oh, fuck me. Yeah, buddy.
Just
No
drink
fucks.
water or beer.
Nope, nothing.
Damn.
This is Merca, son.
Damn.
Cheers. Cheers.
How you vaping after that?
No fucks. No fucks. Talk about something. Talk about this brand new mod. Just came out yesterday. Smart Tech. Guardian pipe. Just came out 15 minutes ago.
That was crazy.
Christine said it was worth every penny.
Oh, motherfucker. All right, I'm taking a sip. No, I'm not. Fuck a sip. I'm trying to
do something about them damn hiccups.
Piss on your daisies.
Feeling good?
He had to mute blow those.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, God.
So does Portugal arrest black people and Mexicans at the same rate?
We don't have many Mexicans over there.
I know. I know two that went to school over there. And they said they felt lonely as fuck until they went over to Madrid. And then it turns out Spanish people aren't fans of Mexicans either.
No, they aren't.
Like, goddamn Mexicans, go back where you came from. And then all of a sudden they come over here And Mexicans get the same shit here. They're like, goddamn Mexicans. Well, they're not liked anywhere. They're like the Indians of the United States. And when I say Indians, I mean
Right.
Indians in
I don't understand why, but
Britons. I don't understand why. Fuck that. You racist son bitch. Daniel, tell me why.
I would if I knew.
Well, see, then you can't understand. You can't. Fucking son of a bitch. I am the walrus. All right, this is getting quiet time. It's getting fucked up. All right, secret time. What color boxers?
Damn hiccup.
I'm wearing. My boxers have a British flag on them.
British.
What are you guys wearing for boxers? Underoos.
I don't wear boxers.
You know what I mean.
I don't wear underoos.
What do you wear?
Pants
And then what?
and a shirt.
And nothing underneath?
Mm-hmm.
I don't wear underwear.
At all?
Whoa.
I used to be skinny too, man. When I was skinny, I wore.
I don't like them. Like, if I could wear boxers, but girls' pants, like I wear the skinny pants, like the tight pants. So you can't really wear boxers in them. And I don't like the way underwear like get up in your butt crack and stuff. I just don't wear them.
Listen, Pawn Newt checks thinks it's hilarious. Let me tell you guys something. My girl purchased me I gotta get rid of these hiccups, motherfucker.
Yeah, please,
Daniel. This is all your fault.
Yep, just blame me.
You
Dude,
started
like,
that shit.
okay, so this gets rid of my hiccups every single time. So you hold your nose, breathe all your air out, and drink water. Like empty your.
I promise I
Why
wouldn't.
can't you drink water?
Until
you
the spice
promised you
goes away.
wouldn't?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got another way to get rid of your hiccups. So you guys stand up for it though.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to take your headphones off after I tell you how. So you stand up, plug your nose, bend down to touch your toes real fast, and sit like come back up and do that 3 times. And your
No, that
hiccups will be
sounds
gone.
like some shit you would do in one of those BDSM clubs you're talking.
No,
Plug your
you
nose,
just
bend over,
bend
and then
down,
there's a
touch
dick in
your
your
toes.
ass. Not
There's
about
nobody
that.
in there with you. Like I would be worried if I was there with you and I said that to you.
Yeah.
I'd be nervous. But
You'd be
you're all
nervous, or
alone,
I
so
would be
you're good.
nervous.
You would be nervous.
I was gonna say
You would
I
be
think-
nervous if I was in like you would
Especially-
have reason to be nervous if I said bend over. You know, like you have,
Especially-
but you're
especially if you don't wear underoos.
and you just took a drink of water.
Well, oh
So-
fuck! I completely forgot about it. I was getting distracted by your whole weird scenario.
So now breathe all the air out of your lungs, like breathe all your air out. Exhale as much as you can, and then drink water.
I've got a tattoo on my lip. Are you ready?
Jesus.
I have my balls tattooed and my dick.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah,
You seriously?
That's
I've
serious.
only ever seen it done. Like my uncle's a tattoo artist. Well, he's passed, my late uncle. And I seen him tattoo one man's balls. And the dude like fucking cried.
I
Like
tattooed it myself.
bawled like a baby. No.
Yeah. And then my wiener was tattooed by, what was her name? I don't remember it. It was at a New Year's party, and someone made a joke about it, and I was like, "I'll do it." And she was like, "No, you won't." And everybody there was like, "No, he'll do it." And I
So
did
is it like a dot tattoo, or is
Nope,
it like
it's
actually
it's a 3-dimensional $5 footlong symbol from Subway.
Nah. Okay, you're
I'm
bullshit.
I will
I don't
wake up.
believe you.
I will wake up my finance, and I won't even say anything.
You wake up finance.
I'll say, "Hey,
Well,
finance."
for her, I don't want Mandy woken up. But next time I come in to chat when you and Mandy are live, I'm gonna ask Mandy. I'm like, Mandy,
Daniel will take a picture. Daniel will take a picture, and he'll send it to you at ECC, so that way you know that I
doesn't want to see that shit.
I'm not saying he wants to see it. I'm saying this is just what's gonna happen. I don't know what else to say about that.
You hear that? Like Thesis is like on that level. He gonna say,
"Oh my god,
bro,
shit's gonna get crazy over there."
Welcome to America. You know what I'm saying?
I'll take Mandy's word for it.
All right. We'll do that. Good God, guys. Okay, so here's our final summation. Does hip hop exist in Portugal? Obviously, it does. But to what extent? Is it just an emulation of American music, or is it its own
both.
thing?
There's both.
That's so beautiful. I love the fact that it's its own thing too. Can you give me a couple of artists?
I don't like the Portuguese emulated ones.
Why?
Well, but I don't like Portuguese music in general anyway.
What the fuck is wrong with you, you fucking expat?
Let me give you some names now.
So what is it about the Portuguese music you're not a fan of?
I don't like. Like doesn't sound good.
Really? That's hold on. Russell Lamont, I'm telling you, hold your breath as long as you can. Okay. But I can hold my breath for longer than anyone you've ever met. I promise. I've got the lung capacity of a fucking walrus. I'm a big dude. Ready? You guys have to talk.
Okay. We're talking.
All right. So in the internal chat is a list of the top 6 Portuguese hip hop singers. Whatever, guys.
What's an internal chat? That's on the Google Hangouts one.
Oh, you want me in YouTube? I would have to have a range to post on your YouTube chat.
God. How do I give you a range? Hold on, I got you. How do I?
Daniel's got to type in chat, and then you'll.
Yeah,
oh, there you go. Yeah,
there. Is no moderator for your channel. If we get 2 more likes, I'm gonna show Daniel my tattoo.
No, please, no. All right, let me remove my like.
Oh no!
Yeah, I was just gonna say, let me know if you need me to remove my like, Daniel.
No, Seth, I was kidding. I won't do it. Especially not on the YouTubes, man. That should have get fucking taken down immediately.
Ray wants to know what kind of music you like, Daniel.
A lot from the 80s, 90s, and some of the popular music these days. The most known.
I mean, yeah, I've seen you jam out to like Frozen.
Right. That's just for fun.
What is Frozen?
Well, the song from Frozen. I don't even know. Sing it, Daniel. You can sing it. You know it.
Let It Go song.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, you would be surprised. Even in Zoom rooms, we used to do once in a while. We used to do like music contests. Someone would play American music, even from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and I guess a lot of it. And I know the lyrics. I know. I would beat you in karaoke.
Probably would. So, Kimmy, in Georgia, and I have, mind you, I haven't been. I've been every state west of the Mississippi. I've aside from Wisconsin, and Chicago, and a couple others, but mostly I've been to every state west of the Mississippi. Is there a difference between Georgia south and like say West or East Texas south?
Yes, absolutely.
And what would that be? aside from
I
like,
don't know because I've never been to Texas. I mean, I've talked to people in Texas, but it is definitely different. Like,
what about where you've been to Bama though, right?
yeah, Bama and Georgia. Like, there's parts of Georgia and Bama that are very, very similar, and then there's parts of Georgia that are nothing like parts of. I mean, it's you got pockets. Like, you got what you would think when you think like Southern hillbilly redneck, and then you have Georgia has a lot of like the sweet Southern. You know what I mean? Like the bless your heart kind of Southerners. Like that, there's a lot of that in Georgia.
So, speaking of bless your heart, Georgia,
like everybody's nice. Like what I love about where I live is everybody waves. Everybody says hi, how's your day? Like they'll talk to you for an hour. You'll be like in a hurry to get somewhere, and they just want to talk. And how's your day? And talk about this and talk about that. Like everybody's really nice and polite and.
That's amazing.
Which is the kind of South that I like.
Well, I mean, I can't imagine a North or a South or any direction that I wouldn't like as long as they're nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick.
But like,
so can I share how do I share my audio, my internal audio? Can I do it through screen share?
Your internal audio? I have no idea on Google. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't even know if
you don't have loop back on your mixer.
Oh yeah, I do. I'm not gonna.
That's how you'd have to do it in Google.
So we're gonna do it old school. I'm gonna stick my fucking microphone up to my monitors, up like not my computer monitors, but my studio monitors, and we're gonna quick play the Minnesota national anthem, and you guys are gonna love it. Okay. So Daniel, welcome to. How long you've been here? Months, right? 9 months, 8 months, 6 months, 7 months.
4 months.
4 months. Jeez. 4 months. Fuck your baby. Okay. So I am a huge real real country music fan. Not none of this bullshit patronizing bullshit Luke Bryant fucking motherfuckers who are on the radio. Real country fan. And let me introduce to you my personal favorite, America himself, Wheeler Walker Jr. All I want you to do is listen to maybe the first, I don't know, at the most, okay? And this is going to be my Thesis Himself intro and outro on the YouTube channel from now on, okay? Okay.
All those LA West Coast silicone women really think hot, but it's no fun titty fuck. New York City on the little top bitties like a chain for cooch, but I prefer a little fur on a burger if you want me to tell the truth. I like my pussy in boots.
This is not that.
Comes along to a whaling town while she's humming on my cockalogs. I want a girl in a cowboy hat, her tongue knows where my butthole's at, bush poking out her lazy dukes. I like my pussy in loose. Yeah. Well, the girls in Chicago, they can spit, they can swallow when they're on their knees. But it's hard to stay
hard when you're fucking in the car in 4 degrees.
But I have
Cause I only get wood when my dick is up good on the southern ass.
Yes!
Oh yeah, baby. Wheeler Walker Jr.
That, sir, that is me.
Does it make that
nutshell.
sexist if a girl is on the panel?
No, it doesn't make it sexist. It makes it all inclusive. It makes it
all inclusive. There we go.
So that is my personal. Let's see. Thesis. Can we hear your thoughts on mesh coils? Absolutely. Zach Poland. So I am a personal hater. Period. I'm a hater. Period. Let me say it again. I'm a hater. Period of all mesh coils of any kind. Right up until a company who does not sponsor me, Rinco, sent me the Mantu kit. And this is unsponsored. They don't pay me. They're not giving me any money for this, me saying this at all. I will tell you guys, the closest I've ever gotten to the flavor of my Freemax Fire Luke non-mesh version is the Rhinco Mantu kit. I agree
with you. Those coils are really good.
They're fucking amazing for what they are. And they literally, much appreciation, Daniel. They sent me out the Cito kit, and it was great. But when they sent out the Mantu, I was like, you guys should fucking throw the Cito in the toilet.
Well, two completely different devices. The thing is, though, is that they killed it on the Mantu kit, and they kind of just made the Cito look like, I don't know, Alan Jackson versus Wheeler Walker Jr. It's a completely different flavor. So in my humble opinion, I have now been changed. So I've completely been changed on my opinion. So now I am no longer saying fuck mesh coils. Now I'm saying, holy shit, it's more than possible. Yep.
What do you think? What do you guys think?
I agree. But the Freemax coils are really good too.
I could literally disagree.
The Fire Luke coils.
I could not disagree with you more, but that's just my preference. I think the Freemax Fire Luke mesh version should literally be stopped in production.
Really?
I hope the entire factory catches fire. I think
you had problems with them with their coils?
No, I
had really
one of the worst flavors I've ever had
oh my god!
Yeah.
No way.
Absolutely. One of the worst flavors, and that's
I
just.
think they like.
What do you
the coils or something? Because mine were good.
Were you drinking? What you drunk tonight when you vaped those?
I'll tell you what. So the only time it's hilarious, Mandy's like, you don't drink unless you're on camera. I'm like, isn't that weird? So in when I'm on camera, I mean when I'm live. So I'm offended. I was personally offended when I got a bunch of those tanks, and my homeboy Stan, one of my good friends, purchased it with his own fucking money and gave it to me. I was like, bro, take it back and tell them to never send it again, please. The best tank, in my opinion, this is now granted, this is a thesis opinion, so take this with a whole salt lick for deer. A whole salt lick. The greatest tank ever made in existence in terms of a sub-ohm tank for flavor is the Freemax Fire Luke Firelock, the original, real deal bubble tank, real deal original Fire Luke.
Yeah, the original was really fucking good too.
That's my daily vape. I've got 30 of them right there, and they're phenomenal. That's my daily vape. And the only thing that's ever come close so far is the Mantu kit by Rinco. Again, that's a mesh coil and it's phenomenal.
Right, it is really good.
Yeah. And Smock Tech, I thought the Prince stick was okay up until I had the iJoy then the Diamond tank. Theirs was amazing as well.
Yep.
But that's not a mesh though.
The problem with the mesh coils on the smoke stick is that the smoke stick doesn't provide enough power to those coils.
And you can never get a sweet spot on the smoke stick.
Yep.
The sweet spot on those are about 20 watts higher than that can provide.
Exactly. That's why I think I actually criticized them for including the mesh coils in that stick kit.
Exactly the same thing. I couldn't agree with you more. Here's something that a huge shout out to Mike Vapes, like I said before. Him and I have been talking back and forth. I know he's super busy, and he purchased that RDA stand. But I will say the collaboration with the intake with the Wotofo, I'm personally not a fan of, but I can see how somebody would be a fan of it in general. If you're more of a tighter draw, I like a wide open. I want to be vaping on a snorkel. Like I like wide open vape, limitless. Same shit. This is one of the most airiest tanks I've ever used ever.
So you like to suck it hard.
Just good god damn it. No, quite the opposite. I like it just to be easy. Suck it in.
Okay.
But I will say they're also a close second or third with the Hexome. Is it Hexome? Not Hexome. That's not what the Hexome. What the fuck is it called? Hexanal. I just got it 5 minutes ago. It's right there. But theirs is pretty close to the Mantu by Rinko. Hey, Rinko is pretty brand new, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they come from another company though.
Yeah, if they're a sister company or something.
Yeah.
But
they
I'll say
usually
that,
are, but
yeah. Oh yeah, they fucking pop up like herpes. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Least expecting it. All of a sudden it's like, hey, we're a new company. No, you're not. You're owned by fucking Og Vape. Don't lie to me. Not Rinko. I'm just saying in general.
And by the way, Luke is right. The intake is Og Vape.
Did I say Wotafo?
Yeah.
Oh shit, my bad. 100%. Og Vape. I just should have known it came in a canister, right? But that Og Vape intake, my bad. It's just not my style, and everyone's praising it, which is great. But it's kind of unfair of me to even. I'm gonna review it, but it's unfair of me because it's just not my steez. Have you tried it yet, bro?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's pretty good. It's pretty comparable to the engine.
No, it's not. It's not even.
It's comparable in terms of how it vapes,
Oh.
but it is a little bit more restrictive.
Yep. There you go. The original engine, absolutely. The engine 3, though. Good God, bro. The engine 3 is just.
You mean the engine mini?
No,
Single coil?
Nope, the engine 3. Is it? Well, fuck it. Is it the engine mini? No, it's
No,
not.
there's the engine dual coil and the engine single coil.
Let's see.
And you're talking about the latest one is the engine 2.
Is
The one with the weird posts?
Yeah, with the weird
engine,
posts.
Yeah, the engine 2.
Okay, so by my count, that should be the third one that I've gotten anyway. It's phenomenal.
It is, but the second engine isn't. It was named the Mini, so that's how Daniel's.
No. The first engine was a dual coil, and then the engine mini was a single coil, and now the engine 2.
Yeah. So it was my fault for calling it that, but from my count, they've sent
the third one that they released. Okay.
Yeah, the third one that they released. So the engine 2 then, just fucking confusing, but it's phenomenal. I think the flavor on that's phenomenal. If you ask me, that's just my personal opinion.
I just think the build deck is not the easiest.
It's not. No, neither is the intake, but it's one of those things that what are you willing to sacrifice? I mean, I don't mind taking the extra 10 minutes building if I get the fucking result from it in terms of flavor, you know, especially because the coil, you don't have to change the coil for a long time if you do it right.
True, but sometimes our perspective is completely different from somebody that just started building or doesn't build for a really long time.
No, that's true. That's 100% true. Bitches. All right, mother truckers. Kimmy, Daniel, I want to thank you guys so much for coming on the live stream, especially as crazy as ours, or as mine, I should say, but as ours tonight. Ours has been nuts tonight. Let's see. We've had 43 likes. Much appreciated, you guys. Isaiah, thoughts on my favorite squonk? I'll let you guys finish. This is the last question of the night. My personal favorite squonk, if it's going to be a daily, is going to be the Pumper 21. However, I will say if I'm going to want power in clouds, it's going to be the USV Mach 1. What about you guys?
I would say the Rage, or even the Bastium if you want power.
Bastium's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk on that yet because I don't have the full review out and I haven't had it for a long enough time. Kimmy?
Yeah, I'm gonna say mine was the Rage until the Bastium, which I do out on my channel, Kimmy Vapes, YouTube. Just saying, shameless plug. But no, the Bastium for power, regulated, dual battery. Yeah, Bastium's my favorite skunk.
All right, now shout out your guys' channels and your social media. Where do they go?
Right, I'm Daniel DJLSB, LSSOB, whatever. I'm all over the place. You can find me pretty much everywhere, but not on Pornhub. Thank you for having me in.
Damn. And I was checking too. I was just typing in Pornhub.
Y'all are special. All right, mother truckers. I don't know why the fuck my shit just asked me to sign in.
Your chat? Yeah, it said the same to me.
Google Plus said, "Oh shit, we ain't letting this guy go live. We gotta block him again."
No, don't do it again, please, for the love of God. For the love of all that is good. All right, let's go ahead and do the official sign off. Bitch, showcase, mother truckers. Now, with that being said, I want to tell you that I appreciate y'all for vaping with Thesis. It is your boy Thesis. I'm out.